Feel it in your bones. Oh yeah, look at me go. Roll out the barrel. Feel it in your bones. Oh yeah, look at me go. Roll out the barrel. Feel it in your bones. Oh yeah, look at me go. Roll out the barrel. Feel it in your bones. 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 Feel it in your bones.
I like that song a lot. It's from 2014, and I need to crack open my boomer to talk about this, to fully reflect on the things that we've left behind in the last 10 years. That's a song. It's a composite of a bunch of sound effects and voice lines from Dota 2. I've been playing Dota this week. I don't know why. I've been enjoying it, actually. And I don't know. When I listen to this song, I think back to when Dota was at its zenith. It's at like 1/3 the population that it was at before. Like 800,000 people played Dota every day, and it was like, I think it was over 2 million at its peak. And it was really crazy. I met my best friend playing Dota. Which probably changed my life. Because my best friend gave me a lot of good life advice. When I was a very angry teenager playing Dota and yelling at people in Dota games and shit. So I have a lot of fond memories of Dota, and it's aged pretty well. They keep updating it, and it's pretty fun. But yeah, I've just been stuck on that. I haven't been doing much this week except playing Dota. So where do we start? Just so everybody knows, if you're listening on YouTube, the stream will not stay entirely on YouTube. I put a URL at the top of the page, at the top of the stream, watch.matty.live. And it has a list to all the different restreams, including the one, I think the one on Telegram is working pretty well. I really don't know what the exact setup is here. Like, there's 8 people on Telegram. There's 450 on Odyssey. Hopefully Odyssey is working better this week. I got an email from the Odyssey guys saying that the buffering was strange to them. They offered a suggestion, and they look like they've changed their setup just a little bit since last week. So Odyssey might be better. I know VK for a fact works, and there's a couple people there. And then there's Post, in case all else fails. So there are your options. I will tell you before I cancel the stream on YouTube when I move into other topics, but for the beginning 10 or 20 minutes, I'll keep it on YouTube. Just because I don't know. They're like, I'll show you why. Actually, you know what? I'll just skip to this real quick to show you kind of. Actually, no, I'll save that. I'll save that to right before I kill it, so that you know. But let us start. Let us start with a fun little topic that I personally found amusing. And this is about as lighthearted as it gets, I think. Nobody can take issue with this. So, a couple people were upset that on Nexus Mods, which is one of the largest mod distributors for Bethesda games and other games, published a mod that had removed all the pride flags in the recent Spider-Man game. From what I understand, the Spider-Man game had quite a few pride flags all throughout New York. New York, of course, is the birthplace of the pride flag. And some people found it gratuitous, so they found a way to change all the pride flags in Manhattan in this video game to American flags, which upset some people. The mere existence of such a mod, of such a preference, obviously could only cater to the most variantly homophobic people on the planet. And, of course, anyone questioning, well, the mod was banned, anyone questioning that the mod was banned was also banned. And somebody saying that the thing doesn't work on Telegram. I'm watching it right now. I see the feed, so I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. If that doesn't work, then I'll have to find something else. The issue is that while this mod was banned and everybody made a giant fuss of it, the real irony was that the mod merely enabled a single boolean in the configuration of the game. It just enabled the Middle Eastern localization. It removed a huge amount. I think there was one Pride mural left somewhere on one of the walls, but the overwhelming majority of the Pride flags throughout the game were changed to American flags as part of Middle Eastern localization to help the game sell and perform better in Arab countries, and I assume also Russia and China. So while they threw a stink at this person for porting this extension over to Western players, the real blame lies at Bethesda, who, of course, every year during July, the entirety of July, the little Bethesda logo on Twitter and other platforms changes to a pride flag for all the regions except China, the Middle East, and Russia, where people are not afraid to say they don't want to see that. Very interesting. Similarly, and another gigantic W for the trans community, the federal government, the Federal Appeals Court in the United States, has officially ruled that being transgender is a disability and therefore earns the protection of the Americans with Disabilities Act, the ADA, which means that they cannot be discriminated against by their workplace for their gender dysphoria. And transness must be adequately supplied for, what's the word? Accommodated. Adequate accommodations must be given to people suffering from transgenderdom and gender dysphoria. Presumably that means gender-neutral bathrooms. I really don't know what the fuck that means. But they can't be fired for being trans is the main takeaway. Huge win for trans people, as it says there, by Devin Cole. By the way, dilation stations, maybe. That's fair. How much is a plastic dilator, really? And you can put your company logo on it. You can put your Bethesda logo on the dilator, make it rainbow flag overlaid, and hand them out to anyone who needs a quick expression of their wound. Big win. Big win for school teachers. For all the kindergartens across the world celebrate as their trans teachers are protected and their trans storytellers are protected. By the way, the funny thing is when I try to open this article just on the CNN website, it crashes Firefox. I don't know what the fuck they have on their page to make it load so shittily, but it legit crashes it. The only way I could have this on stream was to archive it first and then show the archive instead. I'll never get over, by the way. I understand that it's supposed to be like the boy and girl colors and they're mirrored and it's like a blend, a gradient. It looks to me like a pus-filled wound. And some like the blue is necrotic, then you have the fleshy color, and then you have like this cream in the middle, and it really is just the most repugnant fucking flag I've ever seen. It's worse than the Confederation of Mountain Peoples in the Caucasus. Well, that's a terrible flag, but this is somehow worse. And this segment's over. Okay, whatever. In uplifting news, American First, I don't know what to call him, a Groiper general he's referred to, Latino Zoomer, has been arrested. And we have to give it up to this guy. His name is Alejandro something. I have it in my notes here. Oh, it just says Alejandro, which is the name of a song by Gwen Stefani. Alejandro Valles. I looked it up and now I can't pronounce it. Valles-Quez. He has been arrested. Latino Zoomer, member of America First, has been arrested for possession of child pornography, which is a bit of an L. But we do have to give it up to Alejandro for being for sacrificing himself. Literally in the last minute, the news came out that he was arrested, saving the stream from being entirely about trannies and Ralph So big ups to my boy Alejandro for getting arrested, so I can mention something a little bit more normal, I guess. I really don't know how to phrase that. FBI says graduate of San Antonio area high school made credible threats of mass violence against conservative group. And actually, you know what? I think what it was, based on this, is that he was arrested because of this swatting threat or violent threat, and then he was arrested. They searched his device, and then they found child pornography on it. In a criminal complaint affidavit, the FBI linked Velazquez to the extremist incel movement, short for involuntary celibate online groups of mostly men who believe they can't enter into sexual relationships. The FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force in San Antonio, he uses the online names Latino Zoomer and Mestizo Zoomer, and his social media posts sounded similar to those of Elliot Rogers, an incel follower. And the follower of what? Incels? So like an incel Moloch that they follow? Who killed 6 people and injured more than a dozen more in California in 2014. Let's see. And here is posted by my boy Jimothy. What was my last name for? Oh, Jimothy Medicare. I just call him that. What's what I was watching a restream of not a restream, but like a clip of one of my streams, and I have the subtitles on because I watch everything in 2x with subtitles because I talk too slow for my own preference. And I'm reading the subtitles, and I called Jimothy Medicare like that, and it's subtitled as Jimothy Medicare, like Ralph says, and that made me laugh. But he says, hey, if it's the leader of America First, Nick Fuentes, hanging out with the recently arrested and accused child porn enthusiast turned terrorist Latino Zoomer, can I get an optics check? And they're doing like the ISIS finger salute, which is considered a hate meme in Europe. If you didn't know, if you didn't watch that video I did about hate memes. And somebody posted this clip, which I also thought was funny.
Yeah, Latino Zoomer. It does seem like he's down bad, doesn't he? Poor guy.
Poor guy. He is pretty at this moment in time, Latino Zoomer is in fact down bad. If he's a poor guy or not, I'll leave up to the viewer discretion. And here we have a tranch update requested by Temperance, or not by Temperance, but by, I think, 01. Can't remember. Let me look it up. I feel bad. Now that I've said this, I don't know who. Oh, yeah, 01, of course. I didn't know. I'm not forgetful. The tranch has had some mishaps with their buildings, with their tranch. Their tranch is down bad. A pipe has busted. I believe that they set up their plumbing themselves to save money. And now that the pipes are busting, they need help to repair them. So they're asking for $10,000, and they are encouraging people to donate more than $20,000 so that you can enter into a raffle to win a handmade meat cleaver. That is right. If you would like to win a handmade meat cleaver, you can go ahead and enter into this raffle. And there's actually a really high-res image of the meat cleaver that I can pull up to show you exactly what you're in the winnings for here. Now, I am not a metal worker. I'm not a smith. I'm not a knife maker. But I know a badass looking meat cleaver when I see one. And if you donate $20 to the tranch to fix their pipes, and you win this meat cleaver, you'll know every time you you cut meat that you're using a sanitary, safe, well-made tool and are supporting trans people everywhere. I'm tempted. There's a joke. There's some kind of joke to make, and there being a transgender ranch, and a meat cleaver. There's some joke there. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. I may be banned on the spot for summoning those words. But I'll throw them out there, these concepts into the ether, and we'll let everybody. Oh, you guys can't see it. Sorry, I'm not on my A game. I'm a little bit distracted this week. Here it is. Here's the meat cleaver. Show the JPEG. Okay, no. I know you need to see the picture. I'm just off in my own little world right now. Looks like a horror movie probe. Yeah. A little bit small for that, though. Just big enough for for specific other functions, though. All right. Oh, and somebody there among this, by the way, I would like to point out that they actually made a little bit of money. They got 37 donations, $2,000. God, there's so much money to be made in being trans. I have a vague preponderance for everybody in chat. If you're a lawyer, let me know this. What are the odds of being arrested for fraud for setting up a fake trans Sona and then making a GoFundMe for some bullshit trans cause and setting a lofty goal of like 10,000 Canadian dollars? If I made like 90,000 Canadian dollars doing this for some bullshit, is that illegal? Do I have to cut off my dick to make $90,000 from generous trans donators on the internet? Zero risk. 100% and 0%. I'm getting a lot of mixed messages here from chat. Trune out? That's not truning out. That's the point. Is that it's just the trans Sona that nobody knows about that injects itself into the trans community and then makes a GoFundMe anonymously for various contrived reasons. For instance, I said my parents won't let me transition, and I am very sad about this, and I need $90,000 for new homes. And then is that fraud, chat? I'm asking. It's a 47% chance. Okay, you're telling me that I won't get prosecuted. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, is that illegal? Time to commit jurors to the asylum. Okay, and then there's this fan art which I was requested to show off. This is Crevice Skeesley. This is fan art from the forum, and it has a memorable quote by the oh god, what's his name? Trans Salamander, which I'll read. I really don't know what it is about pussy juices, but if you push a pair of underwear too far, like say during a multi-day road trip a couple of months ago, no amount of washing will ever fully fix it. Wear it for like 5 minutes and it all comes back instantly. File this under strangest things to get powerful gender euphoria from. No, I'm not like an expert on women. I'm sure many of you would already assume that about me, but I can't imagine that too many women feel feminine when they reek of vagina, just like in general. Like if they have some kind of yeast infection and people can smell it, I don't think that makes them feel very feminine. I think that makes them feel bad, actually. So I don't know. I don't know. Whenever I get challenged with things like this, I'll get like a transphobic thought, and this is important. When you're a bigot in rehabilitation, you have to recognize your transphobia as it emerges, and it's like, am I being trans? Because maybe he does feel bad about it. Like, oh no, I have a yeast infection type smell about me because I've been wearing the same clothes for too long. And maybe I feel bad about that, but I also feel gender euphoric because I feel bad about something other, natal women might feel bad about. That's the kind of euphoria. It's an avant-garde thing that can only be expressed in the beautiful minds of our fellow women out there who have these lived experiences, as they say. It's because of intestinal discharge. Maybe. When are we gonna start using pig parts to recreate organs? I feel like that's in the near future. I feel like if they offered surgeries that could transplant a pig vagina onto you, that would be a popular option. I think people would do that. I don't know too much about pigs, but it can't be that different. I think people would take that. Already happens. Wonderful. I didn't want to know that. Pig parts to recreate Ethan Ralph, like resurrect him like a Frankenstein monster. All right, I'm gonna kick all you off at this point. I apologize. This might be a short stream. If you're disinterested, you can already leave because this is probably going to be an hour long. I now want to talk about specific people, and I will not be able to do so on YouTube because those people are actually watching my streams right now and are actively waiting to report it. So, if you're on YouTube, watch.maddie.live, and I will show the Odyssey chat on stream, and I'll see you all there. Bye bye. Okay, so now that's over. We got rid of all those fucking YouTubers. I'm gonna turn this off on restream as well. No outro. No, not for the YouTube people. Not for you. Hopefully that's not broken. Sorry, let me just make sure that everything is working fine, because my tech is a mess today. Tried my best to get everything squared away. I'm just not going to have the chance to. Odyssey worked today. Wonderful. I set a keyframe of 2 seconds at their suggestion, so hopefully it works. A lot of people switched over to Odyssey, which I actually was not expecting. So there is VK and shit. And I'll turn this off as well. All right. Well, thank you guys for switching over. Because like I said, it is specifically, it's not just Keffels. If it was just like a tranny, I would risk it, you know, because I've had good luck with it before. If I deleted it within 24 hours, I would do it. But I know for a fact that there are multiple trannies right now sitting together in some fucking Discord, waiting for a timestamp to report it. In fact, actually, I want to just delete the restream because it's such a pain in the ass. Who knows? It still might get banned. I'll show why. If it gets banned, it's whatever. It would suck, but you know, shit sucks. Shit always sucks. They can't stand. It's funny because it's like they can't stand even one place that allows people to say what they want. And it's only the forum because it's like the format in particular is also very oh, it's back. What the fuck? Okay. It's buffering. Okay. I apologize. I'll just continue my thought for the archive, and people want to watch it on the archive, they can. It's that the forums format is historical. It never goes away. It's different with like YouTube and shit. Not with YouTube, but with like the Fediverse and stuff. Post has a lot more like edgy content, extremist content pointed towards individuals, but the format's just different, and they don't care. It's specifically because of the threaded format that they get angry. I apologize. I am distracted right now. Let us talk about anime. Just to warm up before we get into the main the entree. I have seen perhaps what is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I have seen Gator attend an anime convention with his I don't know how to refer to her because she's just his co-host. They went to this thing in Texas, Anime Matsuri Blog 2022. I think it was a couple weeks ago. They went to this thing in Texas, and it's just like an anime convention, and he goes with her, but she and her friend they're in one hotel room, and then Gator is in a different hotel, like entirely. And then they just rendezvous at the anime convention. And it's very obvious that he's into her because she looks like Ralph, and I think that comforts him. But she has zero interest in him. So I'm just going to scan through this very briefly to give you an idea of what I've sat through. It starts in her room.
Hey guys, Spooky here. Probably wondering where I've been. If you guys are here from my Zoe Quinn content, specifically, like the long form stuff, thank you. Hello. Thank you for subscribing.
And first, just right off the bat, if you're here from my Zoe Quinn content, is that like recent? Because, you know, the Zoe Quinn was relevant like 8 fucking years ago. And people are desperately begging me to lower my bitrate. I will try to lower my bitrate, but I'm pretty sure my bitrate cannot go any fucking lower. My bitrate is at 2500, which is as low as a like, it can't go lower. Like, my bitrate is higher than 2500 in general, because that's just how much I have to put out. I'd have to reduce my resolution to go lower. So yeah. First off, right off the bat, like, if you're here for my Gamergate content, subscribe to me, which is in August 2022 is just fucking nauseating.
And I also want to thank my my patrons for being very patient with me. So the update on the long form content, the next video essay, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it is being edited right now. The script itself is being edited. As soon as I get done with this vacation, if you want to call it that, this what I'm about to announce, I'm sure you guys already know what it is. As soon as I get done with this video, vlogging and editing, all that kind of stuff, I will film the new long video about the person. It's a gamer, hint hint, and it will be uploaded.
Okay, I meant to skip past this. Sorry, I got an email from Odyssey right now asking me what the fuck I'm doing to break their site, and the issue is that I'm restreaming to through restream.io. And I don't have another option to do this. Like, I can't change the settings from their end. So they would have to talk to Restream and try to get an official like setup so that it works. Anyways, I just wanted to stream and have a good time. So they fly in to Texas. They meet up with Gator.
Gator, he's here too.
And I do not mean to like just endlessly shit on Gator, because Gator has tried to make amends with me. I do not accept his apology because he called me a pedophile for like 3 years. But I will make fun of him. Ooh, I can get this in 4K. Fuck yeah, I want to get this in 4K. I can get this in 4K, so I can get this horrific resolution phone camera recording. There, look, just look. It's so cliche to refer to somebody who you think looks bad as looking like Chris, but I look at Gator in this and I just think he looks like Chris. He's got a face that's perfectly round like Chris. He's got really long hair that looks like Chris, and he's got the glasses. I don't think he has the same exact pedo glasses as Chris would wear. But then he's also got that 5 o'clock shadow, because Chris would want to look feminine by shaving his beard, his facial hair. And then yeah, this is Gator. You'll hear him talk and you'll know it's Gator. But he does look a lot like Chris in this one. I know that's like really mean to say, but I'm sorry, it's just the truth.
Your screenshots now.
Oh, here, zoom right in.
That.
Perfect. Hell yeah.
His cringy ass fucking Jotaro hat. His fucking
his Jotaro hat. That's the real cringe. Anyways, so here they are in the anime convention, and I'm gonna drop the bitrate because it's causing me to have to download a lot of shit I don't want to. I still need a cute girl my age.
somebody recognizes this. It's kind of interesting, but hey, you know, for micro niche internet,
micro niche e-celebrities like
better fucking recognize you.
Words we can't say on YouTube.
You fucking not known people probably have healthy family lifestyle. Probably go and touch grass.
She captions this. Can you tell I was feeling the only 4 hours of sleep? I am convinced. I have listened through this at like regular speed because I enjoy torturing myself. I am convinced she is fucking drunk. She is sloshed. She is off her fucking rocker this entire thing. She cannot put together a single coherent sentence. I do not think it's because she's only having 4 hours of sleep. I think it's because if she's only had 4 hours of sleep, it's because she stayed up all night drinking, and then she woke up and she started drinking some more.
You see what we accomplished? We talk to people that recognize us at the con. So you ain't shit compared to us. But yeah, let's go. We're gonna try to find actual like internet celebrities to hang out with.
Yeah, it's not micro niche celebrities.
So you.
if I had to go if I had been arrested for doxing and I was sentenced to community service and I was court appointed as Gator's minder at an anime convention, I would drink. And I would ask him very politely not to report me to my parole officer for drinking on the job. I'll let him do whatever he wants. Just don't tell the PO.
You can see it's kind
Okay, this is like just a montage. She's supposed to be like, is that like Cowboy Bebop? I don't know what the fuck she's supposed to be. I don't care. And then just like very like clumsily, her camera work is abysmal. Tries to show off like all the things, and then I like that there's like cars and shit that have.
my God, they
Anime
have
wraps.
the Demon Lowly from the Hollow Live.
The Demon Lowly, the lowly, lowly from. Look, if you would like a sports car with a Demon Lowly on it, here you go. They got it at Anime Matsuri for you.
It's literally her.
It's not literally her though. She's printed on a car. She's not real. She's an anime girl. It can't literally be her.
She just, slut. She has no personality. She's
She's
just a
explaining
slut.
the other VTubers. These are the V Shoujo girls.
Let me
They're
see.
also printed on a car. And she knows them
blocked
all.
me on Twitter because I, said I don't like how she treats her fans. She actually caused Dimitri Monroe to unfollow me because he said the Tricky Tom thing. I fucked this e-girl, so she got mad jealous. Also, she's freaking, cheated on her husband. And she jerks off the rape porn and embarrasses Giguk every single day. And she's completely fucking crazy. So,
Well, thing to mention, the demon. She said that Dimitri unfollowed her. Dimitri, if I'm not mistaken, is the guy who's like a super staunch lolicon defender, who is friends with Flamenco. I pointed that out before, that Flamenco and Dimitri were friends on Twitter. And Dimitri, I only know because there's awkward screen caps of him defending like lolicon shit, and he was also apparently a guest on the Anime Boomer podcast, which I don't know how anyone would fucking know that offhand. So she knows all those people, and she mentions Dimitri, which is worth pointing out, because Dimitri gets a lot of flack for his lolicon shit. Imagine explaining drama while at a convention where you're supposed to have fun for a fucking time. Well, no, when you see the anime VTuber car, you have to stop and explain to your blog audience what the fuck they are. Oh my god, there's more. She has to explain them. There's a Gator here. Let's see what Gator has to say. I'm always interested in what Gator has to say.
or something.
But they got together again. They fixed.
Yeah, they
had a problem and they talked about it.
That would be one of the only times when they figured out his problems. But you know what? At least she apologized. None of these other girls do. And also, they threaten to sue people if you
And
talk
also,
shit about them.
there's Neanners, which doesn't require explaining.
Yeah,
Oh,
it doesn't.
Neanners, it doesn't require explaining. Okay. Let's check this out then. This is Neanners, by the way. She's a VTuber now.
Everyone's counting on me to cheer them up and give them lots of energy. I hope that I can help them study for their test. I'll work hard to support them and always try my best. It's so much fun to help out in the dormitory and be a super moe and generic lolly. I wanna do something for you, Oni-chan said. I guess instead, what are we going to do on the bed? Oh no, oh no. Pop, pop, kimochi. What's this sticky stuff on me? They play.
She'd announced this song, by the way. You can still find it. I'm aware of Neanners only because it's got posted on 8chan all the fucking time. And then she went on to become a VTuber, and now is like super famous and is like in these circles. In fact, what's his face? She did a song. There is a song by Ken Ashcorp about Neanners too, from way back when. Very interesting. It's very interesting how small the world is, really, when you look at it.
It doesn't require.
Look, here's the lolly girl singing about how boys at her school come on her, printed on a car for all the enemies to enjoy. Isn't that wonderful, Chad?
Which doesn't require explaining.
Yeah, it doesn't require. Also, don't fucking threaten to sue people because they make fun of your talent.
That rap is just shit. That's just the Evangelion people. There's some clothes in case you want to buy. It's my boy. It's Vic Mignogna.
Mignogna.
Mignogna line, and it goes.
Vic Mignogna chat.
It's
Just Friday. Just imagine what it's gonna be like on Saturday.
yeah, this is
Damn. Look at that. Look at that woman's figure. That fat lady. Wait, hold on.
it's just
Look at her figure. What the fuck? Her ass is like 6 inches out behind her.
Just imagine what it's gonna be like on Saturday.
yeah, this
You know, maybe it would be fun to go to an anime convention and just like pan the camera around and laugh.
this is just the beginning of Vic Mignogna's line. But yeah, here he is. And the reason why is because he talks to every single person and gives them all a personal experience. So that's why it takes so long to talk to them.
Maybe that was just Baked Alaska chat. Maybe false alarm. Nobody cares about Baked Alaska.
There's Nick Bricada.
There's Nick.
And he's got like a massive line. I don't think I can.
You know what? I'll skip past that because I don't want to spoil something. Then, okay, here a really funny part, funny like in a subtle way, is that she meets up with this chick.
Here before
was
the
like
big
British?
panel, which is hair stuck in my lip gloss.
And what's her face starts acting like a bitch to her throughout the entire video, and I think that's because she's like low key jealous and has to nag her on camera. It's very funny.
But
It's
it
so
tells the people what
awkward.
you're cosplaying as.
No, I'm ashamed. I'm cosplaying
She's cosplaying as
Rose from Homestuck because
she's a Homestuck, guys. She's a Homestuck. You can go to the anime convention and meet the Homestuck British ladies. Okay, and then here they are, Gators in the foreground, and they're waiting for the Vic Mignogna to show up, and there he is. It's my boy. It's everybody's boy.
It's okay. I won't either. I am so excited to be with you guys. Last year was so wonderful. The year before, 19 was amazing. And as first things first, tonight we're going to be premiering world premiere of 2 short anime features that I had the privilege to cast.
So, just so you know, this man is a homosexual. I do not care if he's been married. I do not care if he is still married. I do not care if he has a reputation of being a promiscuous lady killer. I don't care if he's been accused of sexual harassment towards women. I don't care if he's the most religious man in the entire world. This guy is fucking gay. And what's really funny is when I haven't seen him in a while, and I think he's gotten cosmetic surgery like since in the time since I've last seen him. Because in this especially, he really gives me bogged vibes where it's like you can tell where like his eyes are super expressive because they've done like a facelift and shit. Like they've done things to his face, and now his face just has like a sort of cosmetic-y vibe to it because he's like in his 40s, but he still wants to be like a young hip anime guy and shit. So really it was really shocking to hear Vic talk, and it's like again, I don't hate him or anything. I know when I say anything about like a bunch of people that people like, I am always like casted as being extremely negative towards them, and do not hate Vic Mignogna. It does not bring me joy that I'll say that, just know I don't hate him. Here, what's his face, by the way, and this is great because this is like a panel of like anime people, and then also Nick, and Nick is talking, and he's like, I do a law firm thing, and then this lady asks like, what the fuck do you have to do with anime? And Nick has no response to that. I don't know how he's invited himself to a panel at like a anime convention to talk about anime, and nobody else there appears to know either. But I'll skip past this. Maybe I'll try to find that clip.
Please ignore the drunk woman in the second row.
Did she say it?
I'm going to have the panelists here.
No. I just wanted to hear her shit talk him. Let's see. They're in line at some other. They're going to go see like a second Vic speech, and they go to see that. And then there's just some like a video montage of anime shit, all the Metal Gear games. And then this is like day 3 or 2 or whatever. And oh wait, I'll show that because that's funny. Watch this. This is super cool. This anime thing. There's like an anime thing that happened. Watch this. Watch this. Oh my god, there was a girl in the box like in an anime. You know Box Girl? Girl Box? That's what just happened there. That's like a cosplay. Anyways, British girl is now a Tuhu or some shit. She thinks she's the ice fairy that everyone likes to tear apart. And oh, that's a attractive still frame to land on. They bother Vic Mignogna again and ask him for like a shout out or some shit.
Pretty great. Pretty great.
So we just like recorded like something for Pippa, and I'll put the video up here.
Oh, Pippa.
Whenever
Oh, that's right. I forgot. In this video, they talk about meeting Vic Mignogna and telling him about the Pippa Pipkins, the streamer, the VTuber. They walked up to the Vic Mignogna and said, "Hey, do you know about the VTuber Pippa Pipkins?" And he's like, "No." And they were like, "You should check it out." And he was like, "Okay, maybe I will." And they're like, "Yes, yes, I did it. I did it." And then they walked away feeling great.
start editing, obviously.
Pippa, I'm a little troubled right now. I'll tell you why.
Listen to that voice.
I'm a little troubled right now. I'll tell you why.
He's gay. He's gay. He should have. If he would have won his fucking defamation suit, if he just went out there and said, "I'm gay. I do not smash the box. I smash the bookie, and I cannot tell a lie."
Because I want the new purse that you just got. That was the purse I've been looking for my whole life.
He's talking about a purse.
And you took
chat.
it. You didn't even think about my feelings. Also, congratulations on the new song. I just heard some of it, actually. Pippa the Ripper, right? And it's awesome.
Okay, that's enough. Is there another thing? I'm trying to think. I'll scan through this. I missed it 2 times. Oh yeah, I'll show that. Don't you worry. Oh, then they bother Nick's wife, and she doesn't seem to have any fucking idea why she's there. Hold up, watch this.
People.
Thanks for coming out. I hope you're not as tired as I am.
Do you see any hot anime tits here?
I mean, several, yeah.
What was your favorite? Who's your waifu?
My waifu?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know a lot of names, but
Her northerner accent was coming in. I don't know a lot of names.
loved the costume going around, something new.
She has no fucking idea. She has no idea. All she knows is this stupid bullshit has netted my husband over $1 million. So yeah, the anime tits are fucking great. I love the cosplay of that whatever. The rabbit VTuber is kind of funny, I guess. Like, just bullshit it. I'm here. I'm ecstatic. I love you guys. I love super chats the most because I've got 8 fucking children and they need your support. And then Nick Ricada signs a flag, a pride flag. Oh, and here's a picture of a thing with a you know what's funny is that blob was on a bed sheet that Maddox had, and everyone called him a cuck for having a bed sheet with that blob on it. But now, they all love it. They all love the dragon slime thing with the Jim Medicare hat. Okay. Speaking of Vic, by the way, just in today, Vic lost his appeal, which I'm not happy about. If you're accused of bullshit by retards, it sucks. You should be able to sue them for defamation if they are like fucking with your shit. Vic went through the proper avenues, and the ruling was for various technical reasons and very strange points that he did not. I mean, I think this is still for the slap, which, if you don't know, very broadly, very, very broadly, the Vic Mignogna case went like this. Vic Mignogna was accused of sexual misconduct by his co-workers in the anime dubbing field. He's a voice actor for like Goku and shit. His co-worker accused him of sexual harassment, and he was fired from Funimation. And there is a conspiracy that the woman who accused him of misconduct had a boyfriend or a husband who was second in line to get the voice acting job for some new big anime that would be a lot of money. So that's the conspiracy. Vic Mignogna is propped up by Nick Rekieta. Nick says, we're going to crowdfund this guy a defense or an offense. We're going to go to court. We're going to sue Funimation. We're going to sue his coworkers for defamation. We're going to fix this guy's life because I think that he was unjustly ruined by these people. They raise a lot of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars. The attorney chosen to represent him by Vic was Ty Beard, who is coincidentally a trust manager for Nick Rekieta. There is some conspiracy that it was like an inearment between friends, but Nick maintains, Ty maintains, and Vic maintains that Vic asked Rekieta for a referral, which I've also done. He gave somebody that he knew as a suggestion, and then Vic decided to go with that person who was Ty Beard. Anyways, it goes to court, and in Texas, there's an anti-slap, and that's a law for streamlining litigation. You have to present a strong bar of entry to even sue for defamation in Texas, or you failed the first hurdle, which is the slap. He failed at the first hurdle with the slap, then went to the appeals court. It's been waiting for months, I think years, and the ruling just came in today that he did not meet the most basic level of entry for a defamation suit in the state of Texas. And I think he now also owes them attorney's fees, because part of the anti-slap is that not only do you have to present a strong reason to sue to even meet like this for defamation, you have to show it that you have enough to proceed with the case, or you failed the first hurdle, and you also have to pay attorney's fees, which is something nice if you're someone like me and you get sued for bullshit reasons. It would be nice if I could, easily petition for attorney's fees, but unfortunately there's no slap laws in the states I get sued in. So that is the gist. It's technical. I'm sure Nick will go over it. From what I understand, they just said that they just didn't show it. They didn't show that they had a strong enough case to sue for defamation. So here is a video of what happened to Nick after this ruling came out. As you can see, as punishment for his grift, he is now having his cock crushed by animes at a convention. This was a ruling, a subsequent order handed out by the appellate court, saying that Nick Rekieta must have his cock smashed by strangers in stiletto platform heels like this. Rest in peace, my boy Nick. and to clarify again, because I said a lot of mean things about Vic in the last few minutes. I don't hate Vic. I felt bad that because he's obviously gay, that he was accused of sexually harassing a bunch of women, and it kind of fucked up his whole life for a little bit. But now I think Nick has done such a great job of like reforming his image and stuff that he will be just fine. So all is well that ends well, I guess, as long as he doesn't have to pay like $500,000 in attorney's fees, I guess. I don't know what the story is with that. Maybe Nick will crowdfund that as well. Who knows? Anyways, that's enough of that. It's enough anime. Let me get a sip of water. I mentioned Dimitri, who I don't know anything about, except that people call him a lolicon person. But I keep hearing about him. Flamenco was guilty by association. That lady, Spooky Weeb Trash, and Gator, guilty by association. And May is also guilty by association, because as it turns out, May was also a fan of Dimitri.
Hey everybody, Pantsu here. Just a little update about tonight's stream. We're actually going to move it from Pantsu Party over to my other channel, Corrupting Your Kids. The stream is still going to be at 10 o'clock.
Oh, what?
Over to my other channel, Corrupting Your Kids.
Her channel was literally called Corrupting Your Kids.
The stream is still going to be at 10 o'clock. Guest host is going to be Dimitri Monroe. Yesterday I actually found out that YouTube was shadow banning my videos, so that's why they weren't showing up in people's subs feed. when the stream was going. Apparently, I was shadow banned because I made a coronavirus joke, so oh well. Good news is the Pantsuit Party channel has reached the 40,000, or I think it's 4,000 required watch hours for monetization, so hopefully once this is over and YouTube actually has people working in its studios, they'll go ahead and monetize that channel. But for now, why not just take advantage of corrupting your kids and put it on there? Who knows? This might be the permanent home for the show.
You know what's weird?
It's not really being used for anything.
When she talks, she like smiles without having anything to smile about, and she does that weird influx where she like smiles and she talks like this. And I don't know if it's like an anime voice thing or what the fuck she's doing, but it's really unsettling, especially when her eyes are unfocused like that. May's getting made fun of because people dug through her old shit and they found a couple things to bully her for it. Like this, for instance. 3 minutes. This, by the way, this is very hard to listen to. This is May trying to do her anime voice thing for about 4 minutes, and she's talking about what an awkward freak she was and kind of gloating about it too, which is a bit strange.
And doesn't require
have
anything
you
of
ever made a meme for the purpose of, you know, being known for something other than being an outcast?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
like making a meme so
Yeah,
that
some
people would
kind of
have
meme.
something to respect
So,
you over.
do you want me to give an example?
Yeah, I mean, I can
So,
too, but
okay.
you can go ahead.
When I was in high school, one of my ways I would, you know, meme myself into existence was I would come up to people and invite them to play the ass game with me.
The ass game.
So basically,
I
would.
like this game.
I am known for having, you know, a large derriere, and I would like go up to people because I'm really shy, but I would go up to people and I'd be like, "Hey, do you want to participate in the ass game?" And they're often like, "That sounds intriguing." So I explain the rules, and the rules go as, I like to wear stretchy pants. I go up and I very, you know, very bouncy, like making a point to, you know, making a point to walk in such a way that people would look at me, you know, walk kind of like a little bit
what
more.
What is the game element of this exactly?
And then I would see how many people turned their head because I would turn
see.
around to throw the thing away. And if it was over like 20 people, I'd be like, I won. So the rules usually are,
shit.
I'd be like, if I'm like in a study
I
hall.
believe your ass can attract
If I'm in the study hall, I would like, you
sets
know,
of eyeballs.
I'd be like,
That's
hey,
fucking crazy.
get this. I can get 20 people in this classroom to look at my
fuck.
butt. So I like walk up and I like put something and then I turn around and I count and I'm like, okay, that was like 18 or something like that. That was like 30. Sometimes, you know, it depends. But in study hall, it's like the best time to do it because there's nothing going on.
Right.
And it has to be quiet.
Everyone's
like,
gonna pay attention.
No.
I would notice for sure. For sure. In study, like if we're in just the middle of study hall and you just get up to the front of the class to throw something away and your ass is out, for sure I am looking at your ass. Like no fucking question.
So
I can think of, I can like recall occurrences of that. I've like emblazoned images on my mind of such things.
Exactly. So like I used to enjoy doing this game because like sometimes it's fun to catch people who are mean to you, you know.
Checking you out.
Oh,
that's fucking amazing.
But I did it to kind of like
the most
prove myself to kind of like little
thing
kids.
I have ever heard of.
So I go up to like kids.
Digibro is like a fucking retard, and he never shuts the fuck up. Well, I think we should take a listen.
But I did it to kind of like
the most
prove myself to kind of like little
thing
kids.
I have ever heard.
To little kids, and then I think he just cuts her off, and she doesn't get to follow that thought.
So I go
that
up
is
to
the
like
most
kids.
you thing. You're secretly a Korean, is what you are. You're like that's why you're so into Korean fashion. and fucking Asian shit.
I love revenge.
Is because you are secretly a fucking we need to watch the whole Vengeance trilogy. If you saw Old Boy, you would lose your fucking mind.
Oh, probably.
Like that movie. First of all, it's about incest, so there's that.
I've already lost my mind. It sounds great. Sign me up.
It's about incest and vengeance,
So,
and I think you will relate with every character in it.
Speaking of incest and disgusting
Speaking of incest,
pornographic material.
Yeah.
Earlier today I drew something that I'm very proud of, but I have no idea like where I would be able to post it. If not like just straight to like just create an online identity and make my own like e-hentai account.
Yeah.
Someone asked in chat, how can people listen to stuff like this? When you are on like 4chan or you're on the Fediverse or whatever, or you're on Twitter, and there's a guy and he's like yelling at you, he's angry at something you've said, and he's using lolicon avatars to avatar fag on this post or to just have as an avatar on Twitter and shit. This is exactly the kind of person that's replying to you every fucking time. Like this is what that mental illness looks like when it manifests in the real world. It's this shit. So I don't. Unfortunately, Digibro, either with reckless disregard for what she actually has to say because he doesn't give a fuck about her talking, or and very intelligently for the purposes of self-preservation, decides to cut her off when she says, "I like to prove myself to little kids." I don't know what the fuck that could mean. Unless it's like she would walk up to like younger people and be like, I bet you my ass is fatter and more people are going to look at me if I show my ass in public than you, to try and start like a competition. It's very bizarre, and it kind of sounds made up. I can't believe that she's like a retard and she would like show off her ass in class and people would look at her thinking like, sir, you're having a wardrobe malfunction. I can see your underwear. And then she would turn around and be like, tee-hee, made you look, tee-hee. And then I can believe that's real. I can also believe that she's just sitting here bored, trying to make this conversation about herself. And it was like when I was like a child, I was like in high school, I would play the ass game and I would like prove myself to children by like showing my ass to everybody. And then Digibro just decides like, I'm going to talk about Old Boy because I've got serious fucking autism. And I cannot be stopped. Anyways, I'll leave that up to you guys. Just a reminder that Ralph has proposed to this person and has had a child with this person. This person who's talking about the ass game has a daughter who is like 6 months old now, which is just fucking nauseating to think about. Also in the same vein, Dingo, Southern Dingo, who is a co-host for the Ralph Retort, published a 30-minute long call recorded between Dingo and Ralph during the time that Faith was in a mental hospital. She committed herself, and Ralph called up Dingo and essentially just told him, this bitch is going to cause me a lot of problems, and I'm going to take her back just so I can get her to shut the fuck up. I'm going to keep her in her wraps. He says that he only takes her back because he's afraid of going to jail. And there's like 30 minutes of this. I can't play it all, but I'll play a couple clips. Ralph forced her to give him access to every one of her accounts. Everything was he had access to. Dingo advises Ralph to put a keylogger on Faith's phone or computer to basically monitor every single keystroke that she types, so that even if she deletes something, you can still see that it was typed in the keylogger. Dingo also says that you should treat every call like it's being recorded, which is very funny because he was recording their call. Ralph responds, by the way, to Dingo saying that you should use a keylogger on her devices by saying, oh yeah, I've done that before. So I don't know if that was Nora's phone or whoever's phone, but he put a keylogger in some girl's phone before because he's fucking psychotic. Dingo explicitly says that he would only, because Faith what's his face? Vickers, Ralph 2. What's his first name? Mr. Mr. Vickers. Mr. Vickers said something like, "I'll disown you if you don't come back home right away." And then Ralph says, "I'm calling his bluff because he's a retard," which is true. That's a retarded thing to say. He's obviously not going to disown his daughter. And then Dingo says, "Yeah, I'd never disown one of my own flesh and blood unless he was a faggot or I think a coal burner. It's the coal or being gay. That's Dingo's limit." And then Ralph concurs with this, which is pretty base, I guess. Oh, I do need this one clip. I won't play this. Unfortunately, the video that I could play is gone. I think I have it saved. There's no way that if I try to pull this up on my site, it's going to work. Let's see. Can I save this somehow? Sorry, I had I do have it saved. Oh, I'm a genius, chat. Okay, at 20, there's a very specific line that you all need to hear because it's just so incredibly awkward that if I didn't play it for you, I would be remiss.
But yeah, man, that's my life right now, so it's kind of crazy. I'm hoping tomorrow, like I know this is going to be a handful. It's basically like adopting an unruly child almost, except she'll be sucking my dick. But
just the most awkward thing you could ever possibly say. Yeah, my girlfriend is kind of like an adopted child that sucks my dick. Wonderful, beautiful. That's that southern charm just shining on through. Well, I'll continue down my cliff notes here. Oh, there's also a bit about Baked Alaska, which I'll play. And Ralph copes about his dick, which I'll also play because that's funny. Oh, and then he talks about how he has to make sure that she can't read the Kiwi Farms because if she reads the Kiwi Farms, he knows that she will find out that he was not hacked and he did that on his own, that he published the revenge pornography. The only reason why she went back to him after going to the mental hospital was that she was told that he was hacked and that's how the porn of her got leaked. And when in reality, he sent it himself to piss off her ex-boyfriend.
Dude, everything got so great. Like, I would come home and I would snap at my wife for nothing, dude. It's because I was just mad.
Dude, this shit has caused problems in my relationships. Yeah. Ask my ex-wife about it. Like, I was just being a fucking shitty-ass mood because of all this shit going on. And, you know, a good 70 to 90% of it is shit that I could have just ignored. Like, okay, they're talking retarded shit. They're always going to be talking retarded shit. Ignore it. Nothing you can say, and I know this intellectually, by the way, nothing you can say is going to make them stop or make them stop lying. So why even, who cares? But then I'll start thinking, oh, what if somebody sees this? I need to prove it wrong. No, you don't. You don't need to prove them wrong. Just block them and forget they ever fucking existed.
That's honestly the best thing you could possibly do.
Dude, man, and I did that for months. And then I just got out of the habit. The whole conspiracy bullshit they started got me back reading Kiwi Farms. And it's just been...
The what?
Nothing ever since. That shit that PPP tried to start about a new project too. So I started reading again to like try to keep up with what they're doing. But all it, you know what? You know that's worthless though, because all that does is suck you right back into their fucking like negativity warp.
Yeah. And you know what else it does?
So that's them saying that they have to like ban people who are like ignore haters or block people in the streams, and so on. I have more clips. I'm gonna play these clips as well because they're interesting.
He said I have to have control of all your devices and all this and that. So like he had to have control to be able to log into her social media accounts and all of her computers and everything else. So like everybody who thinks that Ralph tweets from the pedophile horse's Twitter account,
guys, I remember when Dingo first showed up, Randbot had just cut ties. Randbot, of course, being the dumbest motherfucker on the internet. One of the lowest IQ individuals I've ever fucking seen. He figured out that Ralph was no good, cuts ties, and now has his own little cult of like wignats on posts that think that he's worth listening to. It's really bizarre. But Dingo showed up, and I remember Dingo and Ralph were listening to chat. And they're reading chat and calling out posts on the chat, and they were just interacting with the Kiwi Farms chat. And I said, I was there, and I said something like, Dingo, you realize there's going to come a time where Ralph is going to snake on you, just like he snaked on everybody else. And, like, you know it's coming, but, like, what the fuck is it that draws you in? Why are you doing this? And he's like, yeah, that's just what you think, and I know something, a little something called loyalty. I know what loyalty is, and I have trust in my fellow white man, not that a snake Jew like you would know what that means. And he's just, like, talking down to me and wondering, why you spend so much of your time focusing on Ralph? Get your own shit to do. And it's like, okay, whatever, bro. So I've mostly ignored Dingo, because I don't know anything about him. And to his credit, he seems much nicer and much more normal than Randbot is. So there's less to make fun of, and he's less aggravating and worth making fun of. But then apparently that shit did sink in close to heart, because he's been recording Ralph's calls. So even people that like Ralph at this point know that they have to record their every conversation with him and carry it around like the president's nuclear briefcase, as just in case there's a nuclear strike, we got to go full mad and we got to destroy Ralph too. So very bizarre. And then of course, as soon as he publishes this, it's total war between him and Ralph says. And he's calling May a pedophile horse, the fiance, the permanent fiance, girlfriend, never wife of Ralph. And it's just like, okay, so you're already on that narrative immediately. As soon as you're done with Ralph, then she's the pedophile horse. She's not May anymore. It's just bizarre. These people are really bizarre. I'm glad I don't have to navigate these bizarre, retarded interpersonal relationships that they do.
Talking about May, of course, you're correct. That's apparently one of the rules that he makes up with women who have, who make the bad decision to hang around him, right? So there you go, yeah. Ralph does control these women like you thought he did.
That's the plan, Dingo. Baked Alaska is really retarded.
Yeah.
I mean, he's actually stupid. Like, I don't say that. It's like,
I can tell.
I mean, he's just not. He's not that bright. Like, I mean, just dim as fuck. I don't really think he always understands social interactions too. Like watching him in a crowd and talk to people like Dick and stuff.
He flat out, like, because what the full context for that is that Bake said some shit about his revenge pornography case, or his revenge porn case, and he was making comments about it that pissed Ralph off. And he just says that. And he thinks that's true, because Baked is fucking stupid. Baked is low IQ. You listen to Baked talk, and you listen to him interact with people, and you just think, like, there's nothing going on. Bake has enough, like, of a outward going personality to kind of keep what he needs around him to continue doing his thing, but he doesn't have any other like brain power to him. It's all he has, like 5 points of skill. They're all in charisma. He's not particularly charismatic, but he's charismatic enough to make that his living. And then in every other way, he just falls completely flat. I guess he has a couple points in ass as well, and that's his secondary skill. And then Ralph, of course, talks about how his penis is actually really big.
Even if it, it looks longer, when you see it for real. But anyway, it's clearly just a regular dick.
It looks longer when you see it for real. Hang on, let's hear that Jim again. Holy shit!
Even if it, it looks longer, when you see it for real. But
it looks longer when you see it for real.
Actually, I think I should play the original, because this is like Dingo doing a commentary over the recording, and I have the original right here. Let's see, 30 minutes exactly. They talk about, because Dingo says something like, I don't want to say something as gay as this, but it's weird how they talk about your dick all the time. And it's like, well, it's really funny, Dingo.
I know exactly what you're thinking. at what you're saying, and it's strange to me too, especially when you can sit there and see, even if it, it looks longer, when you see it for real. But anyway, it's clearly just a regular dick. But
Yeah,
they
it's just
spent
a
so many
normal
years.
dick.
So you know what? Yeah, but you know what? Like 4 years ago, actually, yeah, well, it was 5 years ago. These people who used to fuck with me during Gamergate, just one day woke up and just put somebody else's dick pic out. It was like a micro penis picture, and just said it was my dick pic, and like just said, "Oh, that's Ralph's dick pic. We just found it," like with no type of background or proof or anything. They just said, "This is Ralph's dick pic," and so they tried to make that stick on me for years that I have a micro penis. Like this is the thing they try to say, and so then the sex tape comes out. Clearly, I don't have a micro penis. But they're so invested in the...
There was no... I know exactly what he's talking about, because Brian Dunn was the one that posted that shit all the time. And it circulated a lot on Cal back in the day, when H-Han was still around. And they were doing their big streams on YouTube and shit still. And it's very small, and it's about as big as Ralph's penis was in the fucking sex tape. So I really don't know. He copes about the weirdest shit, like how tall he is and how big his penis is. Like, we've seen your penis, it's very small, and we've seen you standing next to people, and you're shorter than every other person that you've ever stood next to, including the women. So I don't know how fucking tall you are. You can say that you're 5'4", or 5'1", or 5'10", or 5'11", or 6'10". It really does not matter, because when you're in the room, you're the shortest motherfucker there. And when you leak revenge porn of yourself, you have like a little thimble sticking out from your fat. So you can say it's 20 inches long. You can measure, from your butthole to the tip, like some people do. But the perception is there, and that doesn't lie. Anyways, so Faith tweets about this as well, and that pisses him off. Faith says, obviously, over time I've accepted that Ralph never loved or cared about me, and I was just a tool to him, but to hear him so casually admit it and talk about it like it's normal terrifies me looking back at it. I sincerely hope he can't abuse and use another teenager. Jesus fucking Christ. The ultrasound pictures... Oh, that's a reply. He also checked my tablet once a week, had to watch me log into stuff to prove my password was what I said it was. All of it worked to scare me into complete submission. I wasn't allowed to talk about the RP with my parents. I wasn't allowed to even look at his own Twitter to get the ultrasound pictures or to look at them. He never even gave me those back to me, even though they're my medical records. He also said to look in my notebook whenever I wrote, saw whatever I drawed in my sketchbook, like prison shit. I hated it. And since I didn't get to play this clip, I might as well play this as well. 720.
I'm dead serious, brother. And so I'm going to take the one picture. We already agreed she's off social media, which is a big part of me even with the charge hanging on my head, I was like, you got to get off social media altogether, period. And I have to have access to all your accounts and all that. So, even the other account, whatever, email, all that shit. I don't care. So that's the plan, Dingo. I know this might sound insane, but the key is this: make it be her idea. Don't throw her out. If she wants to go, let her go. And then, even just having her with me, it being proved that she was with me after, and that we. The pictures out there, all these texts, all this stuff is huge. If something ever went to court or something like that, it would be huge. Even just that happening. So
funny.
Absolutely. That'd be huge. Even if I didn't have her on tape saying whatever I needed her to say, just us getting back together, the optics of that, most prosecutors would not even touch the case. They'll be like, she's full of shit.
You know what's really funny? I posted this, but now that I hear this again, I laugh again. It's really fucking funny how Dingo had this recording of him essentially admitting that he's going to manipulate this into a win. He's going to extort her into making a video saying whatever the fuck he wants, and he's going to keep her around just long enough to make it look like on its face there was a real relationship and yada, yada, yada. Dingo had this. If this recording was in court, he would have fucking gone to jail for revenge pornography. And Faith wouldn't have had to deal with him taking that bullshit plea agreement that he got at the last second, because her recording was too low quality to be entered in as evidence against him. If you don't know, the only reason why he got a plea deal, they were taken to court. He got a very favorable plea deal because at the very end of the legal process of getting to court, the judge ruled last second that a recording of Ralph talking to Faith was too low quality to identify Ralph in. So that evidence was thrown out. This evidence would have definitely helped Faith get more than what she got out of him. And Dingo held on to this until months after the court shit was over, until it pleased him to release it. So he also does not give a fuck about anything besides himself. It's really quite sad. Anyways, Ralph's angry. He's angry for multiple reasons, but he's definitely angry right now, which is part of the reason why we did not keep this stream on YouTube. Ralph is reaching out to Keffels, we'll talk about in a second, pinging Cloudflare to try and get the Kiwi Farms deplatform from Cloudflare. But Ralph reaches out to Keffels and says, I'm from the other side of the aisle, but Kiwi Farms is sick and has gotten numerous people killed. An actual criminal enterprise is kept up and running through your continued indifference. Cloudflare help, Cloudflare dev. And then he continues. My fiance was attacked and almost kidnapped at her home based on info posted by a Kiwi Farms user, and the guy who was convicted of a felony for the crime was also a Kiwi Farms user. That's not true. The guy that showed up to Digibro in May's house right before they broke up, that was a fan of their show, and he did not have a Kiwi Farms account, so he's fucking lying. Kiwi Farms owner Josh Moon laughed about it. It's a criminal cesspool enabled by Cloudflare. And this is also in reply to Keffels yelling at Cloudflare. Someone named Essence Seer says, Ethan, unblock Frederick. He wants to talk shit about Moom. And then Ralph says, link his Twitter again. And then Frederick Brennan says, it worked. Fantastic. Your spells are strong today, Tolva. Ralph says, I'm all in on bringing Moon down. That would be one of the best things in internet history, and I promised the motherfucker I wouldn't stop till I saw it happen. To which Pterodax replies, step aside, Avengers. This is the most ambitious team-up of all time, referring to Keffels, Frederick Brennan, the former owner of 8chan, and Ethan Ralph, the editor-in-chief of the RalphReport.com. If you don't know, Pterodax is the... Ooh, if I say this wrong, I'm going to get yelled at by somebody. I believe he was one of the admins of Baphomet, which was the health site part of 8chan. That's where docs got posted. And they didn't just do docs. They also posted, like, credit card fraud shit, like, and swatting stuff. They had, like, a personal army thread where you could post, like, random addresses and ask that people fuck with them. Definitely worse than the Kiwi Farms was, but... I don't think Pterodax is anything against me. He's just commenting on the spectacle, which is all in good sport. And then Ralph says, maybe you should also look at his YouTube channel. And then he links to my Man at the Internet channel and says, this is where Kiwi Farms owner Josh Moon organizes a lot of his criminal activity with the help of YouTube. There's countless examples of him breaking the rules there. I have never broken the rule on YouTube. I categorically deny this. And then what someone implies there's nothing on that page. Apathy Minus says, don't be lame. And by the way, someone also replies to this about how, why are you quoting a dude with mental problems in support of your seemingly legitimate problem that just muddies the water? And then Ralph replies to this guy saying, don't be lame with, I support anyone who has a mission of bringing that cesspool down. I'm very consistent on this issue. Derek even suggests you should have Keffels on your show. Wouldn't that be great? I would watch that episode of the Kill Stream. So there's a new Italian stallion in the running for Ralphamale, Mrs. Ralphamale. Here we have May, also known as Pedo Horse, according to Dingo. Keffels. May Keffels. I hate to say it, but I think Keffel's pass is better than May, even though May is actually a woman. So this is a possibility. This is a possibility. We can have Keffels and Ethan Ralph hook up. I support this. I think that would be incredibly funny. Definitely his type of woman. And by woman, I mean no female sexual features whatsoever. Kind of awkward and autistic. I think it's perfect. And as an added benefit, Keffels cannot reproduce. So there will be no more retard babies born by Ethan Ralph. I support this endeavor entirely. May is really fucking ugly. You just realized that the Ralphles ship will sail, and we will all watch it go off into the sunset. Come on, Juice, that's a stretch. It is not. Come the fuck on. You know for a fact that Ralph would tap that. He's definitely a hate fuck kind of guy, and so is Keffels for that matter. The Ralphles ship is a real ship, and I shall put it to sea. Raffles. Trans rights are human rights, and Christ is king. Gun 2020. You got that right. Telling you, that's how we can expand his show and apologize for his past by becoming by being in bed with a trans woman. He can redeem himself in the eyes of the trans folks community and get that cheddar, as I like to say. So the main thing here, I was a little bit distracted all day today, so I didn't get to put together my stream as I would have preferred, which is why I struggled with tech issues for the first 10 minutes of this. Keffels has now made 93,000 Canadian dollars for his legal fund thing. And I have to be very careful about how I talk about this, not because I'm afraid of saying anything incriminating, but because Keffels is masturbating right now to me mentioning them. And that makes me deeply uncomfortable. So I have to be as like medical and as non-rewarding as possible when I talk about this. There was a new update in the theater of the Keffels drama, because Keffels got swatted by the Canadian police, and by swatted I mean the armed police showed up at their home and said knock knock, and Keffels said hello, and the police said hello, we have a search warrant, ooh, and then they said we're going to execute this now, and then Keffels alleged that they broke into their house and then held a gun at their face and took their devices and called them a tranny, a disgusting tranny, and that got printed to the media and so on and so forth. But the update is that a brave Kiwi Farms user has identified what hotel they went to, because they did the grift thing. They said, please send money to me. I want money because I love money. And then as a result, they made $90,000, and they went to a hotel room to say, like, look, I'm so scared I'm living in a hotel room. And while in the hotel room, they posted a picture of their cat on bed sheets, and the bed sheets had a distinct pattern to them. So somebody pulled open the hotels.com or booking.com page and went through all the hotels on the first page and said, this one looks like it has the same bed sheets, so I bet you that they are there. And sure enough, somebody ordered a pizza. Who it was is not on the forum because they didn't post about it. And the pizza went to the hotel room, and Keffel said, I am now afraid for my life, and I am in hiding. So they issued a fatwa on the Kiwi Farms. They published a new video saying that they're in fear for their life, and they can't post anything. They have to use a green screen, because if they show any of their surroundings, the Kiwi Farms will find them and intimidate them with pizzas addressed to their dead name. Then Dale Caruthers from the London Free Press published an article about this, which I have on screen. And my Firefox is just fucking chugging right now. I apologize. I'll just read the final paragraphs. Quoting the London Free Press here, a thread dedicated to Sorrenti that stated on the website on March 25th has generated thousands of posts, including multiple posts revealing her address and the address of John Sorrenti, along with a Google image of his house. Posting an individual's personal information without their consent is known as doxing. Spelled correctly. credit to Dan Caruthers. Users debated whether Clara Sorrenti lived at the Toronto address, with some claiming they confirmed she does, while others said the information wasn't verified. Sorrenti published a video Tuesday detailing the most recent doxing incident, along with the doxing of John Sorrenti. It happened to me because I'm trans, but it could happen to anyone, she said of the swatting and doxing. The Free Press reached out to Kiwi Farms for a comment and received the following response: "The press are scum." And that is the end of the article. He did in fact reach out to me, and that is actually my reply. Now, what I find interesting about this is that there are some comments below. So if you feel demoralized by just how much the press is eating out of the hand of this deranged lunatic, the comments of the average Toronto citizen or Ontario citizen or London, I don't know where the fuck this is, to be honest with you, leave some room for optimism. But Hink Lovelace is not fooled. All these commenters calling this a non-story. I wonder how many are Kiwi Farms posters and don't want their petty, disgusting actions publicized. This is the most recent comment from 2 hours ago. But Bob McRory says, "This is news, reeks of desperation to keep the story to the forefront." John Doe says, "Is he/she looking for a payday?" And Steve Cooper replies saying, "Well, it started with a GoFundMe for legal fees with a goal of $15,000, $50K, now $65K, and she's raised $63K for legal funds. No wonder all these incidents keep happening." Peter Piper says, 15 minutes of fame over next. Perhaps the front page would do, or the free post would do a little better by reporting the news and not deciding on what to report and what not to report." And then he's complained that some other topic was not covered. Will Not says, "This story is now officially a psychological media operation, folks. Ask yourself, what is the purpose? What are they hoping to achieve by running this story? What are they conditioning you for? This is the most blatant and deliberate, confusingly Swiss cheese story that has been shoved down your throat since COVID. Something is amiss and it should concern you." Somebody calls him a conspiracy theory. Al Gordon says, "This story has way too many legs." I don't know what that means. And I think I have to exit out of this because my Firefox is literally about to choke and die. John Day says, "At least Kiwi Farms got one thing right. The press are scum." And then Bryce McMugford says, "Caruthers, why are you so obsessed with this nonsense? Give it a break. There must be more important things to concentrate on in London." So I don't know if these are like real boomers who are not putting up with this or evil Kiwi Farms trolls. But it is interesting. Constance Hall, "Can we give this arrest now enough boosting her income for all the press?" Ross says, "I've heard her talk on interviews and what her garbage can talk sounds like. We have totally messed up Canada, and this is a clear example." Interesting. This is the video, by the way. And I'm debating how... It's just him complaining about the pizza, really, until the very end. I'll play like a minute of it at one and a half, and then I'll switch over to the very end.
On the night that I left my home after going public about being swatted on August 5th, the hotel I was staying at got doxxed. I decided to tell my supporters that I was safe by posting a photo of my fiance's cat on our hotel bed in my Discord server. The people who have been harassing me spent hours cross-referencing the bed sheets with other local hotels until they found a match. In the morning afterwards, 5 different pizza companies sent pizzas to my hotel room under my dead name. Obviously, it isn't the pizzas that are the problem, but it's the threat that they make, that they know where I live and are willing to act on it in the real world. My fiance and I promptly checked out, and we are now living at an undisclosed location. I did not want to give my stalkers the satisfaction of knowing I was sent those pizzas, so I never brought it up publicly. Despite that, one of the managers of one of the pizza companies, having recognized my name from all of the local media coverage, decided to call into London Police Service. I got a call on August 14th from the Hate Crime Division of London Police Service. They are now investigating what happened as criminal harassment and are attempting to trace the IP address of whoever sent those pizzas. This is part of the same multi-jurisdictional investigation between London Police Service, Toronto Police Service, and Durham Regional Police Service to track down the person who stole my identity and used it to weaponize the emergency response team of the London Police Service to terrify.
So that's, he goes on, but the gist is that he received a pizza at his hotel, and now he's in fear for his life. That is literally what's being said. I mean, here's the interesting thing. This shit happens a lot. and it happens a lot before the forum existed. There has always been famous people, and famous people have always gotten like shit that like sent to their house and stuff, and that's just like the way that people are. And I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying that that's how it happens. Like there's the Bjorn stalker as a famous example. The interesting thing is that usually when this happens to somebody, what they do is they ignore it. They simply ignore it because when somebody is doing something like that, the last thing you want to do is reward their behavior with your attention. And it happens to me. I've been swatted before. I've been detained as a result. I mentioned this before. And when it happens, at first I made the mistake of posting about it. And I said, like, this happened and yada, yada, yada. And then in subsequent efforts, I simply ignored it. And it stopped. It stopped after the third time because I didn't talk about it the second or the third time. So the last thing you want to do is reward shit like this with attention. And Keffels is doing the exact opposite because, number one, I don't believe that they are intimidated in any way, shape, or form. Number two, it is an easy way to print free money from people by complaining about this shit and making yourself out to be a victim. And that's it. And they know, number three, they know that if they continue to press this issue, they will get more and more attention for it, which is part of the reason why it's like a double-edged sword. It's like, I don't want to talk about it, but they're deliberately making it my problem so that I do talk about it. And then when people say, haha, look at this tranny, they should 41% themselves, he goes, oh no, I'm being harassed again. Helpies, I need your monies for my legal team, and I need more media attention. Please, guys, helpies. So it is a bit of a dance. And it puts me in a perplexing situation because I think about this and I think, obviously when thousands of people start throwing shit, you have to think about it, plan a little bit ahead, and treat things, people treat it purely as a joke, but I always, of course, have to consider things from all angles. And I wonder, okay, well, if this happens, what are we going to do? If this happens, what are we going to do? If this happens, how are we going to collect the money to deal with it? So on and so forth. And there is room for discussion about does docs, maybe I should just ban that. Maybe it's for the Keffels thread, just ban that. And it's not an invalid point to make. Even people who support the forum say, well, I like the forum, but I don't support doxing or whatever. So it does open the conversation to that, and I'm not entirely opposed to hearing arguments for it. But the issue is that even if that wasn't the case, they would just lie anyways. Like, Keffels already lies about what's being posted on the forum, and already lies about me, and already lies about the community, and already lies about absolutely everything. And they just say, this thread that is 1,000 pages long says XYZ, and it makes me fear for my life. And if you're going to say that it doesn't, well, you're going to have to dig through 1,000 pages to prove it. So people just assume that it's true, especially because they don't like the site to begin with. They see things on it that they don't like, and they just assume that it's a criminal hive. Or Ralph says it's just a criminal hive because he wants it to be shut down. He doesn't really care if there's anything legal or not on it. So it's extremely frustrating that Keffels and people like Keffels are essentially allowed to lie with impunity. There's nothing that he can say that will ever, come back to bite him on this. He can say literally whatever he wants. And all I can do is correct that on my own site to my own audience. And meanwhile, people will print what he has to say, and just take him at his word. And people will believe it, and people will give him money, and people will support him. And I have no choice to rebut that. Like, if I had gotten that idiot from the London Free Press of full response, like, sure, there's an address on the forum, but the forum is completely against criminal behavior. He's just going to, print what he wants, or he's going to contradict that. He's going to frame it however he wants. And there's really nothing to be done in that angle. And the forum is just one place. It's one place where you can say whatever you want about whoever you want. And it does not get removed. It does not get, it doesn't put you at risk. You're not going to get thrown under the bus. You're not going to get banned unless you're a complete fucking retard. And they can't even have one place for that. It has to be shut down because it angers them, and they have control over the cathedral. They have control over the tech companies. The field squad has control over public policy. They have a lot of money. They can freely exchange money between people. I can't make a GoFundMe. Like, if this person sues me, I can't make a GoFundMe and say, here, donate to this so I can crowdfund my defense. They can crowdfund their offense. I cannot crowdfund my defense. And that's not fair. So it is, they act like a victim, but they have everything that they could ever ask for aligned completely in their court. 100%. They get swatted and they complain about it on Twitter, and then the police chief of the city personally calls him and apologizes and grovels for forgiveness and says that will never happen again, and they're going to change their systems just so that trannies never get misgendered again in police custody. And it's like, if I complain about shit, that's not going to inspire any change. So it is extremely frustrating. And I know that it sexually excites this person to hear any kind of frustration that I have. If I reply to him in any way, he'll be sexually aroused by it. And I can prove this by showing a tweet real quick, which was very recent. If I go to the Keffels thread, actually, I'll show you this. Let's see. So Firefox. And then I put up a note just as a general warning, because he brags the police are scanning the thread right now and observing it 24/7. So I put up a note and I basically explained that Keffels is involved in sending hormone therapy to, literally involved with somebody who brews HRT from plastic bags in their bathtub, bottles it in an intravenous injection bottle, and then facilitates sending that to children. And brags about it, just openly goes on Twitter and says, I've helped 1,000 children get access to HRT, and I know how to do it without their parents finding out. I tell them how to buy cryptocurrency so they can buy HRT through cryptocurrency, and it's completely and totally safe for people to do that. And I make this message, and I think it's a very clear message. Like, this person is actually sending drugs to kids, like actually sponsoring this, and you're gonna read a thread where nothing is happening. And he posts. This isn't the actual, the one that I wanted to show. Actually, let me pull this up. This got posted right before the stream. Let's see if I can find this. He posts so many fucking things a day. Here we go. So he responds to this and says, Joshua Moon put up this pinned to the top of my thread. I think he got scared knowing the police are involved now. Like, bro, the police visit the forum pretty frequently. I didn't even post this, but I forgot to post my transparency report for last month. So I should do that this month at some point. Like, yeah, I know the police read it. It's a big site. A lot of shit happens on it. People complain about it all the time. They do read it. That's why I encourage people to be smart about what they say, so that it doesn't cause problems for them. It doesn't cause problems for me. Not that... And by that, I mean, like, just be smart. Like, exercise your free speech, but do it in a way that's smart and legal. And he says, Josh, I'm not scared of you. You can keep pissing and crying and shitting yourself on your hate forum that literally ruined your life to keep operating, but this will all eventually catch up to you. I look forward to your 5-paragraph rant about this tweet. I've been running the site for 10 years. There's problems dealing with it, but, like, there's problems with every job that's, like, high profile like this. Do you think that Mark Zuckerberg didn't deal with problems? Do you think that... Okay, how about this? Real life example. Try being a lobbyist for a nicotine company when the thank you for smoking era was happening. Those people got death threats. Those people got fucked with. Those people were assaulted just for doing their job. It's like, if you do anything like that, it's going to carry risk. The only difference is I don't make a ton of money doing it. If I was a lobbyist for a tobacco company, I'd make a fuck ton of money. But I don't know. It's like he posts this and says, like, yeah, I send HRT to kids. I just don't care. I'm just going to keep saying it. I love pink pilling little boys. I think it's the most rewarding thing in the entire world is getting kids to tune out. And he's just open about it. And everyone replies thinking, wow, what a great thing to do. It's like, okay. And then this is, I put this out before. I said, here's how to stay in touch. If the site goes down, typical thing for me to do when there's an outrage mod going, and he says, look, like, I'm terrified, preparing for the worst. Well, oh yeah, he's scared. It's the same thing. Banned from all payment processors. Unemployable because I run a stalking website. Please give me money. I don't know. Like, these things are so small to me. Just reminding people how to stay in touch off-site, how to maintain personal privacy, how to be smart about what you say. But those are huge wins. It's like any attention I give him is just a huge win. And then, by the way, on the other hand of this, he published this article, a brief in his press kit, of course, because he published another fucking press kit so that everyone could publish news articles about the kiwi farms. He explains, he basically cites a bunch of shit from Encyclopedia Dramatica and then from Vordrak's blog. He even says that down here at the very bottom. Many thanks to Samuel Collingwood Smith and his over-obsessive archiving, making that part significantly easy for me. And then all of this is from Matthew Hopkin News, Kiwi Farms directly, case numbers. Most of this is from the Kiwi Farms or from court documents, but then a lot of it's from Matthew Hopkins, and then some of it's from Encyclopedia Dramatica. And he goes over Blockland shit, calling me a pedophile, and then he brings my mom into it, because of course he does. He complains about harassment and shit to his family. And then he just does the same shit all the time, just to say that she was arrested for like, what was it? It was like a domestic thing. She had a domestic with one of her shitty boyfriends and got arrested for it. And that's it. Oh, what a shitty person she is. She had a domestic. Okay, whatever. But she's my mom, so therefore she's fair game. Oh, and she calls out what her job was. Keller Williams Realty. She got fired from that because a bunch of weirdos called up her offices and called up the CEO of Keller Williams Realty. I think his name is Keller Williams. Got called up by fucking weirdos from Vorjak's sphere, and they directly told him, "You'll either fire Candace Potter from your realty company, or we will defame you and everyone you know as being a pedophile on the internet." And that's what got her fired. It's not anything that she did. Is that these people extorted this person into doing into letting her go. And Keffels co-signs that, basically. And then, which is fine. You can say whatever the fuck you want, really. I don't care. I've never done anything to try and take down Vorjak's blog. I really don't give a fuck what these people have to say. I just find it ironic that you complain about XYZ and then you do XYZ. And it's completely hypocritical. And it's only one way. It's only one way. These people can do whatever the fuck they want with impunity. And they can get rewarded for it. They can get an audience for it. They can get money for it. They can do whatever the fuck they want. And then the opposite cannot exist at all. In any way, shape, or form, monetized or unmonetized, to even have a presence online is a unforgivable sin in and of itself. So, there's the Keffels update. Isn't that wonderful? These are the people that are trying to take the reins of our society. And I know, like, I read the comments on that fucking article, and I really don't think that a lot of them are, because they're too soon after the article got published. Like, these are people who read the site, and they think, this is fucking bullshit. This is just a person trying to make money. And, I think that sentiment is most people. Most people see shit like this and think, this person is just a fucking retard who just wants to enrich themselves. And they can't say that, because their shit gets deleted, and they get banned. Like, try posting anything even remotely not pro-trans on Reddit, in any subreddit. Any subreddit, you will be banned. So, it's like a thing where everybody knows this shit. Everyone sees it for what it is, but nobody can say it because there's not a place to say it. So that's the update. Oh, here, by the way, they also posted this, which is a spicy meme. This is getting a lot of mileage. This ontologically evil. Ontologically evil is an interesting thing because it's like how the media portrays Nazis. There's literally nothing that you can do to a Nazi that is excessive because they're Nazis. You just say, oh, he's a Nazi, so you can kill him, you can torture him, you can cut his dick off, you can drown him in his own piss, you can do whatever the fuck you want because he's ontologically evil, and therefore, because he is evil, any act that impedes evil is therefore good. So they just take this thing that we have cemented in our culture as ontologically evil, and we broaden it. This is a Nazi now. This kind of speech is Nazi-fascist speech. This kind of speech is fascist-Nazi speech. And anyone who falls into that category is therefore, ironically, dehumanized. An ontologically evil person is dehumanized. There's nothing that you can do to somebody who is evil, who that is wrong. So they're effectively not a person. They don't have human rights, and they're not afforded any kind of liberty or freedom or peace. And that's how they feel about you. Is after, they want everybody who does not align with them 100% to be killed. Do Nazis even exist now? The National Socialist Party of Germany has not existed for 70 plus years at this point. There is no such thing as Nazi. Anyone saying otherwise is a retard. I don't feel this way about most trends, but definitely Kef as well. You'll come around to it eventually. Because they're all men in drag with a fetish. And that's all it is. That's all it's ever been. That's all it will ever be. And their reality has to conform to their fetish, basically. Why does his profile pic look so ugly? Because he's ugly. I don't know what to tell you. And that is it. I have a note about Flamenco's stepmom, but it's not verified. Oh, there is this video, actually. I'll play this. This is funny. This is off topic. I should have played this during the America First thing, but I forgot to.
Happy birthday, boss baby incel, leader of the movement, savior of the race, savior of the country, frankly the world. Enjoy the video. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, that's about it. Real American patriot.
This is Nick Fuentes' fans. These are all people wishing him a happy birthday this week.
Hey, happy birthday, Nick. Keep up the good work.
Happy birthday, Nicholas Fuentes. You are the most swaggin', thuggin', ballin' boss baby I've ever met. I hope you have an awesome birthday.
Hey Nick, it's Blythe Bash from Ultra Shield. I just want to say on behalf of all Ultra Shield members, happy birthday. Stay based. I love my Zoomers. I love all my brothers. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Nick.
Yo, what's up, Nick? Just want to say happy birthday, man. Wishing you nothing but the best on your 23rd. Keep up the great work. You got nothing but great years ahead of you. Keep it up, man. It's inevitable.
Hey, happy birthday, Nick. Hopefully you're enjoying your break off, and thanks for all you do for us.
Happy birthday, Nick.
Happy birthday, Nick.
Hey, congratulations, Nick. Happy birthday from Matt Zoomer over on TikTok. Dude, been following your stuff for years. Always hilarious, always insightful. Man, just take the day. If you get some time, just kick back. You have earned it. Play some GTA. Do whatever you feel like doing. Because you only get so many birthdays. Take it easy, bro. Hey, best wishes. God bless.
Happy birthday, Nick. I hope you're having a great one. You deserve a break after being the most silenced guy in the world. You're still out here. You're still doing it. And we all appreciate you for it, man. Happy 23rd birthday and happy white boy summer. Let's go!
Why, chat? Why is there a small business CEO in this video line? What is happening? Is this like a pick me thing from like fair-skinned black people? I'm gonna join an incel white nationalist movement. Maybe then I'll get picked by a Huade.
Happy birthday, Nick. Big 23. Hope it treats you well.
Hey, Nick. This is Omar Navarro. I wish you a happy birthday, bro. Thanks for fighting for America first. God bless you, dude.
All right, everyone. Sorry, just got off work. Wanted to wish Nick Fuentes, the leader of America First, the man who puts it all on the line, a happy birthday. One of the best in the business. Have a great birthday.
Hey, Nick. Happy birthday, big guy. Hope it's a good one. America First is inevitable.
Yo, Nick. Happy birthday, my Nick.
Happy birthday, Nicholas J. Fuentes.
Happy birthday, Nick.
Sorry, I don't know what it is. I think it's the spike proteins, but hey, I don't have many more years left, so you better live up yours.
I like how I was not going to play all this, but I'm enjoying it. It's very funny. Look at this guy. This guy has no business wishing Nicholas J. Fuentes a happy birthday.
It's your boy Patriot Jay, and I'm wishing a happy birthday to my man Nicholas J. Fuentes. Shout out to the leader of the movement, Nick. You're a real one, bro. Enjoy your 23rd.
Happy birthday, Nick. Thanks for all you do for the country. Hope you have the best day.
Yo, happy birthday to my good friend Nicholas J. Fuentes.
Happy birthday, Nick Fuentes. Love, Tactical Nick.
Hey King, Smiley here, wishing you a very based birthday full of lots of smiles.
Happy birthday to one of my good friends and favorite...
That sounded creepy, just so you know.
Political commentator, Nicholas J. Fuentes.
Okay, can we explain why perms are back in the style? What the fuck is this? You know, perms were the ugliest fucking thing in the 80s. It's why everything in the 80s looks so dated and horrific, and things from the 70s, 60s, and 50s don't. It's because they all perm their hair. What is happening? This is a sign. Permed hair is a sign of societal decline, more so than trannies. That's like the harbinger of doom. This is like the imminent harbinger of doom. Seeing this shit in real life, by the way. I see these people walking around like this, even here, like with that fucking haircut. Stop perming your hair.
Hey Nick, happy 23rd birthday from me and all the Groypers here in Southern California. Cheers, big guy.
Happy birthday, Nick. Hopefully the super chats aren't too bad tonight.
Yo.
Happy birthday to the Groyper King. Let's fucking go.
Hey Nick, Baked Alaska and Wooza here. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bro. Let's go!
Yo, happy birthday, Nick from Utah Zoomer. Hope it's a good one, man.
Hey there, Nick. Wishing you a happy birthday all the way here from across the pond. Raising a cheeky pint in celebration. Cheers!
British people are so fucking frumpy. I don't know what it is. Nothing against this guy. He looks like a nice guy to have a pint with in England. But the British phenotype is very strong.
Cheers!
Happy birthday, Nicholas J. Fuentes. Thanks for all you do for the America First movement. God bless you. I hope this is the best birthday.
Why is this high school
yet.
teacher
Keep
in
fighting.
America First?
Happy birthday to my good friend, Nick Fuentes.
Beardson gives me rapist vibes. I really think that he could hurt someone and enjoy it in a sexual way. He just gives me that vibe that like skeeves me out. I would never want to be alone with this person in any way.
Love you, buddy. 4 more years of friendship. Happy birthday, Pat.
Yo Nick, happy birthday King. Just wanted to give you a massive shout out for all the stuff you've accomplished at the ripe age of 23.
He's too short to be a rapist? Oh, that manlet rage.
God bless you, brother.
Hey Nick, Chief Trumpster here. I want to thank you so much for all that you've done for us. You're the leading civil rights icon in the country. You're a great guy, and you prevailed over all of our haters time and time again. I hope you have a great day, and no matter what, America First is inevitable.
Happy B-Day!
Why are there so many black people in America First? You know, fuck it. He should just rebrand. He's a pro America First, but he's pro like black and white and just hates Mex. He's got a lot of Latino Zoomers too. He's fucked. Just become like a Christian First movement. You want to rebrand the U.S. as the United States of Christ or whatever. Go for that. You already got the black vote.
My bro Nick Fuentes, let's get it America First on game.
Who do you think lives in America? Black people, I guess. Judging by the head count here. Black people in Baked Alaska. And that one tranny from the very beginning. Okay. Happy birthday, Nick. Wishing all the best for you, my brother. My brother in whiteness. Cross is king. Alright. I'm done. I don't have any more notes. I have no more videos. I will now proceed to the grifting segment, where I grift while I still have it before it gets taken down by some fucking menace to society. Before I go into shill mode, I have opened a second channel for video game content, which is linked on my main channel, and I will also link it on madattheinternet.com. I intend to start doing video game streams. I will not, I may show them a little bit in community posts from the main channel, But I just know for a fact people would be annoyed getting notifications about like random. Cause I know people like the Life is Strange stuff, but if I want to ever like just play Dota or something for a couple hours and stream it, which I might want to do eventually, I don't want to like piss people off who are like, Dota, unsubscribed. I'm unticking that bell and I'm not leaving a comment because fuck your SEO. And I hope you. I'm reporting your stream for hate speech. Fuck you, Josh. You pissed me off. I'm in a bad mood today. Just like, okay, fine. I will relegate this to a backs channel. But I will be playing an episodic game. There is like a spooky game that is sort of like a story, narrative driven. It's like a couple hours. I might play it like 2 hours a day for over the weekend and then into the next week. Not sure. I'll think about it. But you can find that on the main channel. You can also, if you have Telegram, which I strongly suggest that you get at this point because nowhere else will take us for announcement stuff. There is t.me/KiwiFarms and t.me/MattyOnAir. Every permutation of Matty and Matt at the internet was taken, so it's MATI on air. That's where I'm doing my streams right now. There's 156 people watching on Telegram, which is quite nice. So, with all that said, let's do the super berries and call it a day, shall we? I have some prepping to do. Apocalypse prepping, tranny prepping. Where is my thingy? Oh, Keffel, by the way, if you're looking for more content, Keffels is doing a stream about me. Doing a counter stream. Going live to talk about Kiwi Farms and Josh Moon. Go to the TMZ podcast. The TMZ. I love those guys. I take so much inspiration from them. You know what the TMZ is about? Celebrities. You know how they get their news about celebrities? They go find them in real life and put cameras in their face when they don't even know that they're there. They record them from the bushes, and when they're on the beach having fun and swimming in their bathing suit, the people just stand there with a camera pointed at them without even telling them, with some faraway 100-meter zoom lens, just recording them. So if there's a nip slip while they're out at the beach, they can put that on the front page of their website, and there's nothing those celebrities can do about it because there's no laws against it. That's a great website. I think that they're awesome. I wish I had correspondents like the TMZ has. They're really stand-up guys because they respect trans rights. Fascinating, chat. Fascinating. All's fair in love and war, right? Okay, super duper berries is what I'm doing today. Make sure that the filter is right because I don't want to read things from last year again. Bew for 10 says, who do you think is more autistic, Captain Spirit or Keffels? Keffels? Captain Spirit wasn't really that autistic. He was just a single child. Every single child is autistic as a kid. Palestine First for 5 says, speaking of America First terrorists, have you seen the video of Ralph issuing a fatwa on PPP? And then there was a link. Is that from like today? How long is this? If this was like a minute, I'll play it. Okay, fine. I'll just for a minute. Just for a minute. That's very true.
Saddam spits on you, bitch.
Why is he talking about PPP?
On you.
It's just Ralph being fat with Arabic music. I don't think he's talking about PPP. Mad Clock for 5 says, I think Wells Fargo won't let me donate through there. If it goes through, this is for the Troon Defense War Chest at the Kiwi Farms. Thank you very much. Shala Shaska for 20 says, can you please do your best Wings dog whimper? P.S. Keffels will never be a real woman. I think my Wings, I didn't even talk about the Wings trolls. I know that's requested. In short, Wings got banned from Twitch again or some shit, and a bunch of Wings tourists came out of their Discord to post about how Wings needs to die or some shit. And I just pointed out very briefly, I said, Wings is not like a terrorist. He's not a terrorist. I don't think he's a pedophile. I don't think he's a threat to anyone. I think he's sad and pathetic, but, you know, who gives a fuck? You don't have to, like, fuck with his channels or shit. And I know, like, the prevailing opinion with the Wings trolls is that he steals money from, like, retarded people by pleading poverty, and he should just get a real job, and we're trolling him because it's what's best for them. It's like, no, you're not. You're not doing Wings a favor by fucking with his money. You're not doing you're not helping him lose weight by calling him a fat prick and swatting him. It's like, just stop with the pretenses. Just say that you want him to kill himself, because that's what the Wings trolls want. They hide off in Discord and they jerk each other off about how Wings is a pedophile animal killer who stomps on 3 kittens and then takes retarded people's money and buys a bunch of Wendy's chili with it. And she's like, just say you want him to die and you hate him, because you're not there laughing at him anymore. That time has passed. The money was for the Wings dong whipper. He says, I just wanted to have a good stream, have a good time. I just wanted that fucking surgery. I just wanted it so bad. And then he he crushes his controller. No, he crushes his controller before he sobs, doesn't he? I don't have the script in my head like planned meticulously. Be right back. That's my door. I just got 10 pizzas delivered, but don't worry, I ordered them. Toilet Duck for 5 says, stream whenever you want. Games, tech info, news, anything you find interesting. Your viewership looks forward to what you decide to do. Just stream more, please. Okay. I might do... I keep saying this. I'm a lazy fuck. That's my issue. As I'm someone who performs best under stress. And when I'm not stressed, I do very little. I am a reactive type. I'm not very proactive. Unfortunately, that's something I wish I could change about myself. Striga for 2 says, thank you for this parasocial experience. It keeps me sane. You're welcome, Striga. Twinkletard for $100 says, Josh, the legacy you're going to leave behind in this world is one of creating an open operating a platform that for nearly a decade has tormented countless people. Thank you for your... I thought you were leading up to something nice, but you just quoted Getfuls. Thank you for the $100 at least. Neighborhood Babushka for 2, and this time they spelled babushka with a different hush sound from Polish from last time that I pointed this out. Serial Experiments Lane made me sterile in 2007. I'm very sorry for your loss. David Icky for 10 says, I made a meme for you. Can you review it? And then there's a file to a PNG on Catbox. Oh, jeez. How much did you give me? Is it 10 at least? $10. Okay, fine. I'll review your fucking meme. It's a lot of text, though. Kiwi Farms Tranny. It is... I'm very confused already. Why is the dog that's the virgin Kiwi Tranny? And he has the Broke Dick Farm shirt and the Kid Diddler hat. And it's my dog is like the virgin. He says, streams about fat nobodies and weekly happenings like a washed-up podcaster. Streaming is a tired obligation. Drop Chris over completely expected behavior, cementing himself as the bigger retard. Regularly shills for China after internalizing their state propaganda. Universally hated by his community and loved by trannies and furries. Never shuts up about pedos almost to the point of suspicion. Never leaves his room, even has vitamin D deficiency. That's true, though. Plays gay atmospheric simulator with furry roleplay. Begs his fan for money only to get cucked by California. Soy does. Can't save his own website from striptease. I can't. My website's still up. Come on now. Tries his best to pronounce every word properly, impressing absolutely nobody. And then I'm also a Chad. Chad Overlord. Has his own lexicon of Joshisms. Does not give a shit about the opinion of grammar Nazis. Would stick by quick through thick and thin because he was the lifeblood of his website. That's not true, though. I gave Chris a chance. I said this before. I'll say it again. I gave Chris a chance because, number one, I like Chris. And number two, I thought that nobody had ever given Chris a fair shake. I really wanted to show that with the right structure, he could live off his artwork, which is the main point of contention throughout almost all of his early days, was that he would never be a professional artist. And I was like, I bet you I can make Chris a professional artist. And I did for about 2 weeks before he fucked his mother. Or rather, the fact that he fucked his mother became public information. But my that's the biggest tragedy of it all. That's like literally tragedy to a great point, is that I proved everybody wrong for just a little bit, just long enough for it to make me look bad, and that's the real tragedy. Plays cool brick building games while honing his impressive programming skills. Loves peace, freedom, and the American way. Met cool people, traveled the world, and networked. Universally loved by community and hated by trannies and furries. Despises pedos, but defends their right to free expression. That's not really a win, now that I think about it. Streams whatever he wants, fat women, or drunken rants about Anthony A-Log Legato. Stand-up, generally enjoys streaming. Fixes all incoming text issues with just the might of his PHP skills. Single-handedly saved 8chan. Well, this is the possibility that could have been, I guess. Thank you for your contribution to the world of memeology. Sneedum Feedum says, for 10 says, 1, 2, 3, 4, I declare true war. It's the locale uprising all over again, isn't it? Hack Sleep for 5 says, I mentioned YouTube download in a live stream chat last week, and my 10-year-old YouTube account got instantly showed without warning. Archive everything you hold dear and press 1 for the chat to curb stomp Susan. That is true. They hate, more than anything, they hate talking about the archivers. And I think that the reason why they hate that is their music contracts. They have that music Google shit set up, and I think that the music people, the rights companies really fucking hate those downloaders. Which is bullshit, because it's just like the VHS controversy all over again. If you don't know, Disney tried to make VHS tapes illegal because VHS tapes could be used to circumvent their copyright and produce not VHS tapes, but VHS technology, like home VHS players, because it could be used to record, and that violated their copyright. Copyright law is fucking retarded, and it ruins literally everything. Copyright law is like the transgenderdom of law and technology. Wolfgang for 5 says, I've started my journey to not be a fat piece of shit anymore and join the gym. Listen to your streams while I do it. Thanks. Well, joining the gym is only half the battle, as many people would know. I think that just going to a gym isn't enough. You should probably get a friend that does it too, because they'll keep you committed. Keffels for 5 says, I'm gonna troon, which is a reference to the worst Life is Strange game out of all of them. Anonymous for 1 says, I baked you a pie. Oh boy, what flavor? Pie. Dad, I'm hungry. Hi, hungry. I'm Dad. Why did you name me this way? Why? What you don't know is a fligu gigu cancer meme, which people are now addicted to super chatting, so I can say them. Spaghetti's a good-ass name for a dog. For 10 says, here we are at the precipice of World War Troon. The ride never ends. Oh, the ride will assuredly end one day. Anonymous for 5 says, Josh, do you know if there's some sort of compilation of Quick's written works in plain text, preferably with no Unicode characters? I would assume that if such a thing exists, it would be on silentchew.com. The forum transcribes his works, but it's not going to be in one tidy place. The Quickie is probably the best bet for that. You can probably ask, too, on the forum and the Quickie thread for such a thing. Nabel Cat, are you trying to make like a Chris ML bot for generating Chris schizophrenia? Don't do that. That sounds like dark magic. You're going to go to hell if you try to make like a Chris robot. Neighbor Cattle Herder for 1 says, longtime fan, first time donator, Gunt, A-Log, Dries Up, Adrian Blair 1, greetings from Poland, my N-word. Thank you, Neighbor Cattle Herder. I do agree. Adrian Blair has one. She has also managed to gracefully exit the public arena without getting molested by all the fame hawks. And Ralph can't even talk about her, so she has the opportunity to, and she took it. Gleb for 5 says, I hope gaming addiction becomes a disability so I can cash in my disability check to buy more video games and be the reason why women and trans hate video games. Here's the $5. Legalize nuclear bombs. I agree. Thank you, Gleb. Haramburger for 2 says, Josh, has been 6 weeks since I started sweeping and I have yet to receive my salary or a paycheck for services rendered. Morale is dwindling and hot pocket reserves are running low. Send help. Don't worry. I'll cut you that check, that blank check. It's not technically blank because there's a 0 in the amount, but I'll send it over to help with morale. I will send a hot pocket at least. That'll be our meeting halfway. Anonymous for 2031 says, recently I watched an old video of Ralph on the highway brake checking trucks. Do you have any Ralph episodes that you feel may have been overlooked? Oh geez. In the grand history of Ralph, anything overlooked? I mean, his finest moment was recording Chris getting arrested, really. Just like the whole thing, like them driving there and then wandering around and like pretending to knock on the door of the hotel, getting sent back, and then driving back and like Meg cackling and making Ralph uncomfortable. That's probably like the peak of Ralph. He'll never be that entertaining again. Stop Moss for 50 says, pretending to be a troon to get donations is as much of a fraud as pretending to be a woman in RuneScape to get free items. Well, then I am adequately trained for this job. Finner did nothing wrong for $14.88 says, hit Rungle with brick, kill Rungle with a brick, cave Rungle's head in with a brick, find a brick on the ground, murder Rungle with a brick, daily CIA conditioning complete, Sneedcore never dies, Q. Thank you. Rungle didn't do anything wrong, by the way. I don't know why you're hating on him. He's my favorite Dutchman, besides the Flurry Worry. Tenchi for 5 says, I got news 2 days ago that one of my best friends has died. Let's not make a habit of sending me, like, my cat is in the hospital with cancer and monkeypox. Can I get a shout out from Mr. Mittens? Because that's really fucking going to bum us out. I got news 2 days ago that one of my best friends has died. I always got to laugh out of the fact he looks just like you, like a long-lost brother of yours. Cheers to my friend Ryan. Don't do heroin. I agree. Don't do heroin. Sorry that your friend has died. Sorry, Ryan. I mean, it might be related to me. It might be a stepbrother. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Ralph can help find out if Ryan's related to me. Well, I'll stream on that if that happens. And don't do heroin, chat. Learn from Ryan. I'm sorry your friend is dead. I feel that's obligatory. Ralph for $40 says, Gator is fat and I would not have sex with him. Well, we can agree there. Rungle Frowny Face for 5 says, hey Feanor, look man, I don't know what I did to deserve these threats of violence. I just want to live my life in peace, and I'm making this in front of a green screen so nobody will identify my furniture. That's smart. See, Rungle knows. No, I'm constitutionally entitled to do a stream where I encourage kids to take drugs. Spencer Reed for 1 says, let's go thug hunting. It's not gay if you're doing it for the money. I think it's still gay, Spencer. I'm sorry. Roxanne Wolf for 10 says, enjoyed you paying homage to the Terry's holy game. You should stream you having fun like that more often. Also, despite Keffels, because we care, your Kiwis are always here for you. Well, thank you very much. I know that there's like a strong support base, but like for instance, I know for a fact that very prominent people read the forum. But if something were to happen, I don't think that those people would be willing to stick their neck out. Just they might donate crypto or whatever, but I'm not going to get like a lawyer to represent the site for free if there's like serious issues, and it sucks. Goddamn Josh for 1 says, just make your own streaming platform. It shouldn't be that hard. He would be very, very surprised. I can't even get someone to upgrade my fucking connection when I'm paying them to. Herbert von Unzi Grumpelbergsteinberg for 10 says, as a proud supporter of the Jewish people in the state of Israel, I hereby declare Lucas Roberts as an honorary Jew. Therefore, it is now forbidden to criticize him on the lowercase I internet. Well, thank you, Mr. Grumpelbergsteinberg, but unfortunately, we're on the capital I internet, so I can criticize him as much as I want still. Anonymous for 4 says, no, I don't want to be gay like Nick anymore. How do I defag myself to become straight and continue my Sneed-Purier bloodline? You can't. If you're gay, the best you can do is lie to a woman and then troon out in your 30s. That's what happens to all those gay guys who try to pretend to be straight. Member for 1422 says, nice show. Also, play more video games on the online, fucker. Well, I'm trying to. Fucker. Anonymous for 10 says, Funimation has a gay man who preys on little boys and he's untouchable. Vic should have gone the I'm gay defense. I'll leave that to speak for itself, because I don't know anything about that. Red Colored for 5 says, 1 out of 2. Have you tried Utreon to stream. It's what all the gun tubers are using. It's not catering to Wignets, so the infrastructure more advanced than 2 paper cups, and the CEO will actually answer emails. Utreon. If I open this, am I going to look? Huh. This looks like PeerTube. Is this PeerTube? Let me check real quick. View page source PeerTube. I don't see PeerTube. I will look into this. I don't think they would want someone like me on their platform. That's a lot of unwanted attention, but I guess it doesn't hurt to ask. Homan, actually, I'll skip and read the other guy's second part of his message. Red colored 2 out of 2 says, a gun tuber sells it here, watch it later. They won't ban you based on algorithms and works better than Odyssey, which is completely shit the bed this stream. Well, I think that might be Restreams.io's fault. I don't think I've ever tried to use a direct restream to only Odyssey, so I don't know. I encourage them to contact Restream and figure out if there's a way to set that up. Homan Jesus for 5 says, man, I sure hope Ethan Ralph doesn't get Keffels on the kill stream. I, Joshua Moon, would be so owned if that happens. That's true. I would be completely and totally owned. Just like going on the TMZ podcast. What a complete ownage. Large Child for 5 says, what's the story behind the Wings of Redemption drama that you were arguing with people over? I just saw the usual ALOGs complaining that they weren't doing anything illegal towards Wings or whatever. I kind of explained it, but it's just like they're very annoying and they're very joyless. And if I say like, hey, don't do X, they complain that actually they weren't doing X anyways. Okay, well then there shouldn't be a fucking issue. Kiryuma for 50 says, hearts, heart, Ralph X Keffels, heart, OTP. The Keffel ship will sail. Keffels is a better girl than May, and has everything that Ralph needs in a relationship. Roxanne Wolf for 10 says, hi, Lucas. This is $10 that will not go into a trans grift or the Ralph beta male penis extension grift. Instead, it's going to someone who bases his opinion on true and honest facts. Furry little semicolon or colon 3 emoji. It's true. I am basically Ben Shapiro. Everything that is in my field is based on facts, and my facts don't care about your feelings. Basically, that's why I get the big bucks. Bitters for 10 says, my dick is short, but it doesn't matter because it's thin as well. Well, the benefit of that is you can penetrate into the cervix, and your seed will propagate directly. You don't have to worry about the swimmers. You can just inject it straight in. Constantine Romanov for 25 says, you have my microsword, and you have my bow legs, and my axe wound, and thus form the Fellowship of the Gunt. Speaking of the Fellowship of the Gunt, I didn't even mention this. But someone else threw in her weight with the winning team here. I can find it. Ha! I got you. I got you. Throw this up on screen real quick. Where the fuck is it? I literally just downloaded this fucking thing. No, I can't find it. Oh, because it's in the videos directory, despite not being a video. Wonderful. Chantal came out in support of Keffels on her community post tab and said, this case against Kiwi Farms was recently in the news as they came after a trans person and is being investigated by the Hate Crimes Unit. Their website serves no purpose other than to dox and pick apart and insult, etc. vile. And they linked to the Keffels video. So, the Foodie Booty team up, Dream team up is possibly in the works. It could be there. Who knows? It's entirely plausible at this point. The merch is on. Let's continue. Polyfrog for 10 says, Keffels, the pedo, needs to be put in the wood chipper. Is that violence? Is it Keffels some kind of log? Some kind of A-log that we put into the wood chipper? Come on now. Autism Streaks for 25 says, Brer Rabbit and the Wonderful Tar Baby. Oh, instead of the Tar Baby. Kiwi Sharts for 1 says, you doing radio graffiti tonight? No, I'm not. Sorry. Rungle for 1 says, happy birthday, Nick Gurr. Happy birthday, Nick, my boy. Nick Gurr, the leader of the America First white nationalist movement. Big Mouse for 5 says, wait, Keffels hates the forums but is using Edie and thanking for archiving. Wow, yeah, no shit. It does not matter. He hates the forum and it has to go down. And if that means calling me... By the way, I didn't even mention this, but now that I think about it, he in this document that he published, he explicitly mentions this. From Blockland, Moon's acts included stating that he was into hardcore child pornography because normal child pornography did not do it for him, and that jerking off to Neko Shadow wasn't for him because it's half cat, half boy. This claim that he was into hardcore CP is literally made up. Literally, in 2013 or 2014, someone banned from the Quickie forums went to Encyclopedia Dramatica and made an article for me. And he just invented from his ass a chat log about tortured child pornography, and he put that on the internet. And then later he tried to remove it. The same person who edited it in tried to edit it out with the message reason, "Sorry, I made this up." And the sysadmin for Encyclopedia Dramatica reverted that, and it has stayed online ever since. And to this day, it gets brought up as if it's true. And Keffels includes this in his documentary, where he complains that the Kiwi Farms is defaming him and making his life hell. And if that's not the most beautiful fucking irony in the entire world, I don't know what is. I mean, it's not furry. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not like, it's not furry. It's just cat ears. Just ask Nick Fuentes. He'll agree. Oh yeah, he literally ran a Discord called the Catboy Ranch, where he encouraged real children to put on fetish gear, and he would send it to them in the mail, where he could own them as property, and that's fine. That's fine. That's all fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine if it's from Keffels. Fenner did nothing wrong for 5 says, there he is, get him, grab your bricks, aim for the head. Sneedcord never dies, Q predicted this, etc. There's some kind of weird meta joke going on with the super chats, and I don't understand it. Whores in this house for 10 says, wet ass P word. Thank you. Medicare Fimbot for $100 says, damn, are you still off YouTube? Well, got married, so missed the last few live. I'm back, so enjoy the shekels. You earned it for the Keffels Ralph Power Couple season coming, LOL. I'm not banned from YouTube right now. I'm just staying off it for a little bit until the heat dies down, as it does. These shrooms lose interest very quickly. Keffels has been putting in Herculean effort, double dosing on the HRT to stay conscious enough to continue this hate campaign against my poor innocent website. Congratulations on getting married, though. The Grand Dragon Jesus for $1 says, I would trust Ted Bundy in his prime before I ever trust Nick Fuentes or America First, Lamau. Well, unless you're a gay black man, you're probably... Oh, wait, that's not Ted Bundy. That was the Wisconsin guy. Dahmer. Unless you're a cute young girl, you're probably safe from Ted Bundy. Red Eyes Black Dragon for 10 says, glory to Bashar al-Assad. Sure, why not? He's got some catchy music. In case you don't know, this is about Bashar. I think this is even on YouTube because it's not technically like a nasheed or whatever. Lord, Syria, Bashar. It's very catchy, by the way.
شعبي بتحبوا مين ردوا بالصوت ملايين ما بدنا إلا بشار رح ننتخبك يا بشار.
If there's ever a jihad, I want it to be a techno jihad, because techno jihad has the someone spamming the stupid fucking Arab thing. Because techno jihad is quite frankly the best jihad. Doesn't Telegram require a phone number? What is this Zoomer shit? I'm afraid and angry because of things I don't understand. They probably do require a telephone number. You just have to deal with it, I guess. I feel like I missed something. Oh, no, I did not. Anonymous for 5 says, I don't know if you went into it, but the Dimitri Monroe is friends with Pantsu, Gator, Flamenco, and Spooky. Weeb Trash, Spooky, and Gator have defended him from pedo allegations. Well, he has a forum thread, but I'm not acquainted with him at all, so I can't comment on that. I do know that I have seen screen caps where he's like a super ardent lolly defender, but who knows? Maybe he posted his renege Twitter comments. I found Christ and now an Orthodox. The Stress for 10 says, looking forward to Man Lady versus Lady Man battle for Ralph's heart. Good stream, as is cultural. Thank you. Well, I mean, Keffels is like 6'6" and 250 pounds. I'm sure he could kick me's ass. Pocket for 5 says, have a nice weekend, Josh and chat. You too. Thank you, Pocket. Verho Tenko for 25.39 says, thank you for the stream. Highlight of the week. Hope this helps you even a little bit. Every little bit helps, my friend. Tranny Defense Trader for 10 says, keep your chin up, Jersey. Things will be better eventually. Hope you're not suffering too much over there in Blighty. Then there is a YouTube link, which I will audaciously play. See what it is. 2 minutes long. Caro Bonito sometimes. I will listen to that, I promise. I'll leave a comment about it in the Maddie thread. Roxanne Wolf for 1 says, read the meme review, getting real strong, I can fix him Chris vibes. Also, you have a kennel full of fur neighbors who would burn their fursuits to see you smile. Well, you guys are increasingly parasocial and weird. No, it's not that I can fix him. It's that I wanted to give him a real chance that nobody else ever had. That's it. That's all there is to it. Fligu Giggle for 1 says, Josh, how much do I have to see super chat you to record yourself reenacting the Fligu Giggle meme? You cannot pay me enough to reenact that fucking bullshit. Plead the 5th for 50 says, please take these reparations for your pizza swatting. It must have been extremely traumatic for you. This is my favorite day of the week. Thank you for making Fridays great again. Thank you very much. You have paid for my pizzas. I appreciate it greatly. Annan for 1 says, my cat is being very cute today. Can give a shout out to Cole. Shout out to Cole the cat. I'm glad that your furry friend is keeping you company, my friend. Ice Mexican for 10 says, you glossed over the fact that Ralph retweeting and coming over the Troon fatwa was completely ignored by Lucas. Not even Troons went to interact with the wild boar. Well, it would be very fucking stupid for Keffels to retweet Ralph while all this is going on. Because everyone would just be like, you mean the revenge pornographer? Why are we interacting with him? Why are we promoting his tweets? I don't know what that clicking sound is, and now I'm very, very anxious. Who bleeped at me? Oh no. I don't know what that is. My eyes are peeled open now, because I don't know where it came from. Red Color for 50 says, here, please play the video at 2x speed before you judge Utreon. $50 for 2.5 minutes. Should cover your dignity for selling out. Please play a Rimworld Colony. I don't know if I can. I've tried to stream Rimworld, but Rimworld is like...
No, I'm not dying.
Nigga, I already had this open. You already sent this to me. I was going to watch it. Already. You didn't have to send $50. I already had it open on my tab with that song to watch after the stream. But as far as RimWorld goes, it's really personal. I like to pause it. I like to restart over and over again. And I'm not sure how great I would be at storytelling. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe if I'm really bored, I'll try it. Constantine Romanoff 15 says, the GunTuber stream on Utreon, you can maybe make friends with Bizarro Dax there. That's true. I remember he was complaining about YouTube censorship of guns. It's funny how Facebook and YouTube and all, it's advertiser shit is what it is. Advertisers don't want to be associated with guns in any way. So it's impossible to have gun content, even if it's just like completely normal, like World War II, like that guy Forgotten Weapons. He's like, I can't even talk about shit that like, not even to like admire, like just to talk about military technology, a part of history, a really important part of history. You just can't do anymore. Anime for 5 says, Josh, anime is not the originator of the tranny menace. It is a victim of it. You should ally with the anime fans for the benefit of all. I paraphrase this Jewish quote to better convenience you. No. Anime is definitely a tranny thing. Because what it is, when you watch anime, you are presented with this world that is alien to your own. And you think, this is better than my reality. I want to be a part of this reality. And it's like this weird, feminized, strange thing that's not even real to Japan. Like, anime is not real. Slice of life anime shit, it's not real. Japanese life is oppressive and miserable, and there's a reason why they jump out in front of fucking trains. And they create this super weird alternative world, which is like pure escapism for them. and then when a normal person watches it, they cut their dick off. That's what anime is. It's not safe for Whitey. Whitey should not be watching anime. Annan for 5307 says, put the tips.matty in the Odyssey video, even though Odyssey doesn't work. I mean, it's a description for all the videos. I'm sorry if it doesn't work. I would like it to work. I'm not purposefully sabotaging it. Anime for one says they oh. Okay, so he's tipped $7 to read all this, I guess. First, they came for the furries, and I did not speak out because I was a furry. Then they came for the anime masturbators, and did not speak out because I was not an anime masturbator. Then they came for computer programmers, and I did not speak out because I was not a computer programmer. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. If I have to ally with like lolicons and shit to like keep my site up, I'd rather not. I would rather just close it and do something else. To be honest with you, it's like. There's no like I just hate it. I hate the smug anime avatars, and I hate these fucking weirdos, and I just know they're degenerates, and I don't want to be associated with them. They're insufferable. That's part of it. It's like I've talked to these people over a long time, and they're insufferable. That's the issue. Roll Panna for 10 says, thank you for the awesome content, Jersh. I enjoyed and watch your show, and I'm a big fan of you and the Q Farms. Never give up. Please have a great weekend. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm definitely going to have a nice relaxing weekend. I might play some video games on stream and stuff. Roxanne Wolf for 5 says, I told the Furnabes, and I will tell you, use Google Voice to get a free number on Telegram. Pro tip, not your real phone number. Con, Google account. There's many different ways to get a phone number without having, and it does not have to be an American phone number. You can go Google right now Romanian phone number. Their SIM cards are cheap as fuck, and there's websites that have you can rent a phone number for the purposes of getting a Telegram account for very little, if you want to go that route, and that's more anonymous than a Google Voice number. That's it. Thank you all for the super chats. Thank you all for your support. Thanks for coming out and finding me on these obscure, rotting platforms that I have to stream in. No offense to the Odyssey guy that's watching. I'm sure Odyssey will be great one day. There's a reason why I've continued to put my only official archive on Odyssey. It's because it's the best that's out there right now. And they have responded to feedback. Like when I asked them to make it so you could change the publishing date so that I can re-upload my entire archive and change when it, like set when I released it initially and have it fill in correctly. That's great. I appreciate that. Hopefully Restream.io will officially support Odyssey so I can stream there as well. And that's it. I will see you guys when I see you. If I catch you on the weekend or in the video game shit, I'll see you then. Yeah, hopefully my forum stays up. If not, I'm going to have to do a lot of work to keep it up. And that's it. Where's my outro song? Where is my outro song? Fuck it. Duffy. This is, I might as well say the name since I'm typing it. This is Duffy Trauma Queen. It's not Duffy. Dury. I don't know why I thought it was Duffy. Dury Trauma Queen. I played Dury last time, and it was a really good song. And I'll play him again, because I can. Okay, see you guys. I want to see you. Bye-bye. This is 2X, and this is also like a live version. I wish I could just play the original. I don't know why. You know what? I'm going to find this on Google Music. Ah, here we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, sorry. Now I'll play it.
Are we forever destined to be another
maybe it's the demons in our blood, or the monsters in our heads, or maybe there's something in the drugs that keeps us crawling back, beaten and bloodied and begging for more.